Blast ahoy and good day once again to ye mateys! I be your veiled and deceitful DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me so much joy as to be mildly inconvenient to welcome you back to Corsair's Cove and our new show set in my Humblewood world of midnight and madness. Above me, I have my hearty crew, the bodacious Jack O'Brien, the buoyant Rachel Fuka, and the badass Dan Suelto. So, let's talk about these lovely people, shall we? Dan, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, I am Dan in the me space, Zero in the cyberspace. How are you? I hope you're doing great. Just kick ass, all of you. Follow my example, apparently. And just like slay all your problems, living ones, dead ones, and even intangible ones, because nothing should stop you.
Amazing. Rach, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, my name is Rachel Fuka. Unsinkable baby, Titanic, eat your heart out. I am a writer, actor, creative trash at large. You can find me on the internet at Rachel Fuka, and you can find the book that I wrote, The Rings of Mars, right here on this very the internet. It's a sci-fi adventure thing. Read it. It's good, I've been told.
Can confirm. I too have been told it's good.
By Rachel.
Not by me. I have no strong opinions.
That was a deep pull, Rachel. And Jack, who the absolute heck are you?
Hi, yes, my name is Jack, and I am a professional dungeon master at www.dungeonmasterforhire.com.au. You can also find, when I get permission to do performances and things, you can find information about that at my website, jackobryanonline.com. But yes, otherwise, yes, that is the thing that I say. Sorry, I'm very tired. Hello, internet. How are you? Are you doing good? Chat, how are you? You good?
Yeah, chat, how are you?
Yeah, that's the important thing.
And Mesdames et Messieurs, Dame under Herren and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. And you can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D. And that's about it, really. I mean, you can find me in other places too. For example, on Friday night, I will be over on Ardana's channel for more D&D, where I will be playing in one of her games with Soteris as well. I'm going to be playing a Dragonborn, probably either Warlock or a Sorcerer Barbarian cross, which she's got the stats for. It's actually pretty good. I'm excited for it.
I'm doing the math in my head. I want to see how that works. The latter.
Yeah, Warlock, yeah. And then on Sunday afternoon, evening, I think, I will be on the Eldritch Scribe for a game over there as well. It's a very exciting week for me. Loads of playing. And then on Wednesday night, we've got One Shot Wednesday with Tony Karlstrom coming back for his 1-shot, 3-shot. We expect we'll finish it this time. You can also find my vocal style.
Conditions apply.
Not a guarantee.
Brendan has said he can't make any more sessions, so hopefully we manage it this time. You can also find my vocal stylings on the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar and his little dragon, Rush. Cool. Well, what else do we need to talk about? We need to talk about Ukraine, because the people there are doing it a bit shit right now. So the link I put in chat is for the emergency action appeal. Please, if you have any spare pennies in your digital wallet, consider donating them there. Over 11 million people have been displaced by the conflict so far, and we've managed to raise nearly $4 million for them, but that's not quite enough yet. So any more would be great. Thanks very much in advance, and if you don't have the pennies to spend, bless your hearts anyway. Cool. Well, I also must remind our merry, light-footed, and possibly even Terpsichorean audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the socials. We have the YouTube. It's nearly fully up to date. It's so hard to keep on top of it. And we have a Discord that you can come and hang out with us and share cute pictures of kitty cats, which Mitch will like. Or sumo videos, which Mitch will also like. If you want to please Mitch, find some videos of cute things and fat men wrestling. what else do I need to talk about? There's one more thing. Ah, yes, very important, exciting news. We have an affiliate link for Wooten Forge. Oh, yes. They are back on board, supporting us. So if you fancy yourself some beautiful handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories like this, beautiful Jara dice roller.
Would you want to wait 10 seconds and I can show them what a DM screen looks like? A custom one? Because I've got one from them. Hang on. Yeah.
Quickly.
Like supporting Australian businesses. Hang on.
They are lovely. They are working on a new DM screen as well. They've also just released a range
Hijacking the stream.
cut gemstone dice.
Ooh.
So it's going to be a little bit difficult to show, but so this is part of it. Actually, maybe I can do it.
You can show me the central bit. Is it? Have you got one of the magnet ones?
Heavy. Yes, I do. Okay, hang on.
I think one of them.
The DM needs the weight of authority in front.
Yeah,
It's
right.
true.
Okay,
and protection.
There you go.
Oh.
There's a filter, but that is
Ooh.
actually my partner's drawing. But
Oh, cool!
yeah, my
Oh.
partner drew
You
it.
get it lasered
Melissa
on.
Griffin. Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
they do custom work.
That's
Meeples and
hard.
Dragons is
They do.
raiding. Raiders, thank you
Yes.
very much for the
Yes.
raid.
Look at Wooten Forge raid people. There's
Meeples,
some cool shit.
check out that.
and
John
now
the
I'm
Dragon.
done.
Thank you very much. John, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Promethean, hey buddy. Ham the DM. Arr. Avast and ahoy mateys. Thank you for joining us. Shadow Mare, good to see you. Kato Sullivan, how are you, my dear? Good to see you as well. Thank you for joining us. We are just getting started. We've just introduced ourselves and now we're about to get back into it. But we were just telling everybody about Talera. Hey! We were just telling everybody
We're
about...
telling them about Talera?
Talera is great.
Oh.
I believe Talera was just running a game. I could be wrong, but I think that was what was happening. Yes, I was just telling these people about Wooten Forge, our new sponsors? Let's say sponsors. That's basically what they are. We have an affiliate link there in chat. If you click on the link, wootenforge.com/Corsairs Cove, you head there, you spend some money, and they give us a cheeky little kickback. So if you want to support a beautiful Australian business and a reasonably attractive Australian Twitch channel, then you could do that. Karen and I balance each other, so reasonably attractive. That's where we go for. Okay. Ham was doing world building. Ooh, exciting, Talera. Thank you very much for telling. So, guys, what else? I don't think I need to talk about anything else, which is good, because that means we can get into our game. Oh, I do need to mention, this music today is provided by Sirenscape. Check out their amazing work at sirenscape.com. So, guys, would anybody care to do the Void a quick recap?
I think I did it last time, didn't I?
It sounds about right.
So I'll let someone else do it.
Because you're right, the thing. I can do it, I guess. I made no notes, so are you ready for a crash course in, like, Trainwreck Town?
Bring it on, Helvin.
Badass crash course.
Badass.
Yeah. So, we kinda, like, otherworldly stalked Smoothie for the most part, because, like, he arrived from buttfuck nowhere Barovia through a portal and arrived in ye old town where they used to be at, which is the Humblewood. You know, casually there's just a fucking hole in the ground, because, like, Strahd was like, you know what, I'm just gonna fuck off to Nowhere's place, so...
I'm taking my shit with me, yeah.
Yeah, he just took his fucking shit. But, you know, Smoothie is lucky enough to come out on the other side and was basically hit with like an hour's worth of culture shock
was
for
great.
the most part. It's just, where are the cows and sheep and like meat stuff? Why is there bugs and silken worms that you wear on your...
You wear bug spit, that's cool.
Yeah, you wear bug spit. But he made good friends with Farm Girl and the dad. Anyway, he traveled onwards, chatted with his bro Tyton, the real shit, not the ones that are apparently the cult were about last season. But don't worry about that. There's some sussy shit. A church should be burned down. Anyway, we went to the Avium, and then we met up, basically, TODR, We still have to deal with Trish's curse somehow. And lo and behold, convenient stuff. There's an evil Strahd person that should have like a heart that is shankable and blendable. And we're just gonna get that shit and feed it to Trish so that we can get rid of the goddamn curse. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, Smoothie doesn't know about this curse thing yet, so you're gonna have to explain it to him.
No idea about the curse.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get
We'll
there.
figure it out.
I should possibly point out as well that we have some beautiful new artwork gracing the screen. There is a little bit of a Trish Caperface sitting next to Rage. By the
so much.
amazing Daria Yevdenova.
She's so cute.
She is incredibly talented. I think Daria absolutely nailed Trish this.
Sweet, cute little face, but still so angry.
angry.
Yeah.
Encapsulates the character. I love it.
A little
so
bit
much.
haunted too.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
You can see. I'm just gonna put it. I'll just do a quick thing. We'll disappear for a moment, just because I want to show you the post-stream screen that I have made. But it's
I need to see this.
it's there's a Trish and a Kesh in it, and they're really cool. So we'll dish away for like 5 seconds. You can have a look. That one. Here we go.
That's cool.
Back to back.
That's cool.
Two
It'll be
roguey,
fine.
rangery.
Did you put Trish and Kesh back to back? Did you?
Yeah, that was the idea. I put them sort of like, we're cool map patch together.
Buddies.
And what's fun is they are Kesh was the very first piece of artwork Daria ever did for us. And Trish is currently the most recent, so we're like beginning and end. And what's amazing is that whilst Kesh is absolutely brilliant, Daria has gotten better. Not that amazing. She's a very talented person, so it's not hugely surprising. But it is a really cool piece of artwork. And I'm getting to the point where I'm running out of room for my logo and the thanks for watching bit on that end screen
I was
as
thinking
well.
that, yeah. Like you better hope that this cast lasts, otherwise you're gonna just run out of freaking art.
Oh
Don't
no!
worry, I have a death wish.
I have to order more art. I mean, the more art I order,
Yeah.
the faster Daria manages to buy a plane ticket out
What
of
the-
Russia. So,
What the? That's a good point.
she is
Quick,
working on
everybody
it.
die! We're all gonna die! We're
Whoa.
gonna put ourselves in the church.
Yeah.
New
No, new characters.
But I
Yeah,
also
yeah,
don't
let's.
have a huge amount of money, so like we need to balance this. All right,
Alright, two of us die.
2 of you can die. Right.
Yep.
D-Rab, if you smell like burning after a few minutes in the sun, consult your local cleric. Exactly. Alrighty, yes. And we have, Dan and I did a little bit of figuring out. We now know what Helvig is and what he does, and it's pretty dope. Dan, I think we can just let that come out naturally in RP, though, so we won't
Sure,
give
of
you
course.
any of the down low. So I suppose, mateys, may the void assist you in character creation, and all your acquaintances come armed with milkshakes, as we head, tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the humble.
Woo.
And we rejoin our young friend Smoothie, who has just
Hello.
made
Yeah, that's
the
me.
acquaintance of half of the defenders of Alderheart, and figures
Half.
that will hopefully be enough. So our adventurers are
Yes,
hanging
they
out
will.
at the Avium and have a task set for them in Alderheart. It is early evening, and there's a couple of spare beds.
Okay.
It's like actually
saying.
less than half, 40%.
Well, like I was saying, there's that. Now, under the circumstances here, I'm not sure how literally to take Nightfather. Like I said, gods can be a bit dramatic. It
Oh,
could
right.
mean just kick the people out, or could literally mean burn it down. I guess it just depends on how how much they don't like our request to move along.
I'm remembering something about the last time I was in Alderheart. It's a giant tree. So
Yeah.
perhaps fire, maybe.
I mean, it's alive, right?
Yeah, it could be. It could be metaphorical. I don't know. Look,
I'm sure we can contain the fire. It's not like the whole tree is gonna burn down.
Under the circumstances, if Nightfather really wants me to like actually burn this place, and yes, I'm assuming you can hear me. I will be more than happy for a specific, circle in which to do so we don't burn down the entire tree. Please, thank you.
Okay.
Smoothie, I will remind you the exact wording of his instructions to you. I have a task for you, and in doing it, you will find what you need. I ask that you go to a place called Alderheart and burn out a fane that is being used in my name, but falsely. It was commissioned by another, and I will none of it.
And I will have none of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so burn out a fane. Now, Jack is very smart and knows what fane means, but in case you hear burn out a fane. So, yeah, as I stand by my original statement, which is sorry if I cut out. I stand by my original statement, which is let's ask them to move along, and if they don't, then we'll see what happens. Out of character.
Sure. Alrighty. So, without too much complications, if Trish and Helvig are up for assisting with this, which I believe they indicated they were already, then you would be welcome to stay the night, Smoothie, or you guys can leave now. It's early evening. Trish, do you want to get a jump on next day's murdering, or do you want to...
Where am I at my murder schedule?
I think you've got to do a murder in the next 24 hours.
Ooh.
Hey,
before bedtime tomorrow.
If we go to a church, we can do a murder.
Hey,
hang on, what?
Out of character.
Did you say that?
Was it?
I don't know about you guys.
You're gonna have to bring it up one way or the other, motherfucker.
Yeah,
eventually. We're not there yet in our friendship.
No. That is fair. That is fair.
Currently,
Okay.
Smoothie looks like he's better friends with the hedge woman
That's
Patches.
fair.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Well, thanks for your time.
Yeah. Sure.
I've kind of just been like lazing around this wizard school for a little bit, so I could leave now, I could leave later. I don't care. What do you guys want to do?
Well, under the circumstances, there are people that kind of need my help back home, and if this helps you guys trust me and trust each other, and maybe even help your community as the last thing before you say goodbye, possibly forever, then yeah, but we can do it now. I like the nighttime anyway. It's more familiar. That sun thing, that's a lot.
Really?
You don't have the sun?
We do, but it's like, I don't know. It's kind of like if you had a big family and you got like an uncle that you see like maybe twice a year.
You see the sun twice a year?
Give or take.
Oh.
Do you have plants?
Yeah. They're just kind of, they have adapted, I guess. It's a good question how you mentioned. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
they don't grow super well, actually.
Well, we didn't really do much today, so I'm still like ready to go. Why
Okay.
not?
Well, look, I mean, it sounds like it's probably gonna be awkward no matter what time we have the conversation. Might as well get it out of the way. Hey, people, can you please leave?
Put
this-
your hands up, freeze.
You're all like, we're gonna have to go like, hey, you're all fakes. That's how we're starting this conversation. So this will be fun.
Let's just
is this gonna be
where
like
we're
a-
going and head off.
Yeah. Okay. I will lead in what I think is the right direction. Probably isn't.
Well,
And we just get like teleported there.
yes. Trish is fully aware that the teleportarium works 24/7 and can get her to Alderheart extremely easily.
It's like, never mind, present company.
But Smoothie probably doesn't know anything about the teleportarium, nor does he is aware what it does or what it is.
Did you mention it out loud verbally?
No,
Not
but
yet.
we'll just start leading you upstairs.
But the entrance is down. Okay.
Oh, this will be quicker.
Yes, you head
Can you
up.
guys fly? Sorry, that's it.
You carry on. I love
so
this
happy.
conversation.
But yeah, we walk and talk. We're moving, Josh. If we keep our beat, we're walking
Very well.
and talk.
So it's a
you-
magic school, so they have like a magic way to take you places, and sometimes it doesn't work right. But Alderheart's not that far, and it's been pretty reliable.
It did work, right? It was just a people problem. That's that's what like Bennick and that were saying. It's just they did the math wrong, but the thing itself worked.
Uh-huh.
You have this conversation as you enter the teleportarium. So you as you
They know
basically
she's spiteful about it.
Smoothie, they take you back outside. You get on the same platform, and it continues going up the tree.
Yep.
Yes, you get to the very top, and it looks like a place where it is less traveled. Not like abandoned, but it is certainly not as well traveled as other parts of the school. And as in there are no other people around. You can hear people on lower floors. You can see several students and things going around as they travel around lower down. But yes, they lead you through a couple of corridors. This is at the center of the trunk, the center of this stone tree is hollow to about 3/4 of the way up. However, you are getting to the top where it is no longer hollow. This is solid now. And they take you up. And you enter you go through a couple of corridors, and you enter a large domed room with hundreds of carved runes on the walls that all glow faintly with sort of contained power. They pulse a little bit. It's the whole room is suffused with a soft blue light. You enter as Helvig is saying about how it was really they did the math wrong. One of the senior students is there supervising the place. Actually, it's one you guys know. It's Gel Platena.
Placenta.
Platena. Oh, hey.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good.
Do you need to use the teleporter?
Yes, please. We'd like a trip to Alderheart.
Oh, sure. Not a problem. The math on basically, as I understand it, it was because you were going to another plane of existence. That was the issue.
Right.
Yep.
That's why the math was hard. It's very safe.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're on this plane. Hop on. And she pulls a couple of levers on the wall.
Smoothie, hold your breath.
I'm gonna roll a d20. I don't know if I trust this shit. If I get over a 10.
You're cool.
I think
Del is like cross her wings and shakes her head at you, just like.
I think I watched them go.
Like, she actually doesn't know where you go. She doesn't know where you went. Unless it's gotten around that you inadvertently got sent to the water plane. But I feel like
I've
the teachers.
told everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've definitely told her before. She's just not just Humblewood. No, she's not. She's not Gel Platena is not Scotty. No, if anything, she's Angelina. It's Angelica from Academy of Xandar. That's who she is. I asked her to AJ to play her originally, but we don't have an AJ anymore. But she's just like, for goodness sake, you only went to the plane. The plane of water was fine, and I promise I'm not gonna dunk you.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Dan and Jack.
Sorry, I'm guessing I dropped out on your end, correct?
Just a little
Yeah,
bit. Just a little.
a smidge.
We're doing a bit
No
of
problem.
recasting, folks. It's experimental. It's fine.
Yeah. She pulls the levers and says, "Enjoy
Okay.
your trip, Trish."
While holding your breath.
Yep.
She's like tempted just to drop you in a pool just to show you. Trish, you blamf out of there. The runes on the walls pulse a little bit harder, pulse a little bit more rapidly, and then the world sort of clicks. You find yourselves, Trish, your feet are wet. There's a sort of splash, and you are standing in a puddle at the base of the Alderheart tree. Smoothie and Helvig have retained their positions relative to you. Helvig, it was probably a bit of an odd sensation for you, because you're not made of meat anymore.
Wow.
You have the sensation almost of just the last of the bits of you being reassembled, sort of like being slotted together. Just the last few, not all of them, just the last sort of, like, if you were to layer things on it, the very last couple of layers being slotted into place. It doesn't hurt. It's probably quite an unpleasant
it's just like
sensation, though.
Uneasy.
Yeah.
Weird.
Diesel, thank you very much for the follow. Diesel as excellent. So yes, you are.
I check if I'm all together just because of that sensation, but obviously I am.
Yeah, no, you are. Though yes, it is obviously a slightly unnerving. And yeah, as somebody who has been teleported before, this is. Oh, I'm not actually sure. Has been teleported.
I mean, like, we went to the plane of fire. I was banished there, so I'm assuming it's similar.
That was different, though. That was very much. That was falling through the dimension different. That was different. That didn't feel anything like being teleported would.
Okay.
So yes, you are. You find yourself standing at the foot of the Alderheart. And Smoothie, the tree you were at before was big. This one is easily the largest tree you've ever seen, well over 1 kilometer high. The branches and clouds occasionally mingle. This colossal structure is home to hundreds of thousands of bird and humble folk. Day and night, it teems with light and life. Up the center is a spiraling column of stairs augmented by a trio of wooden platforms operated by winches high above, which allow access to the branches. And within the bark, the roots, the branches, and the hollows and knots upon it, people make their homes and workplaces. Yes. Thank you, Zidran. Cool, yes. So, yeah, you are staring up at this enormous thing. It's sort of... I don't know if you've ever been to the Empire State Building. It's sort of what I imagine, or the Burj Khalifa or something like that. It's sort of what I imagine looking up at that would be like. Just sort of you keep going back and back and back, and then you...
Yeah. So the good news is I don't think the fire could go for too long before somebody noticed. And I don't think we could burn the whole thing down if we had a year. So that's good.
We're very tetchy about fire in the Humblewood, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's, well, I don't know, like, we kind of, it's been a long time since we actually got to talk to Tyton in any particular way. And I'm not a big violence person. We can do it, and if we have to, that's what we got to do. But if we can, I would like to talk to these people and give them a chance.
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm anticipating it's gonna be like a church debate or something where you're like trying to. Yeah, I know, but it's like a Tyton follower thing. It should be dealt by Tyton people, I think.
Well, look, at the end of the day, we are on a time limit though, so that's why you guys are here, and it's why I'm here, and I'm going to give them a chance to listen, and I'm going to hear what they have to say. And if there's a way that I can make it right with them, then that's what I'm going to do. But if they don't move, then we're going to have to make them.
Sounds fine to me.
Okay.
Well, first you got to find it.
Yeah, true.
And Smoothie, it occurs to you that that might be quite a challenge in a place this big.
Okay.
So how would you approach finding it, basically?
That is a good question. Apart from, I'm just trying to see if there's anything particularly useful in my spell catalog. It doesn't seem so. So what I would probably do is just a combination of asking around and looking for symbols and variations thereof of the Tyton symbol.
Oh, so as you head around, as you head up into the tree.
Yeah. Yeah, and if it takes too long, I'll take to flying a little bit to see if I can save some time, because I've got 3 uses of it.
Sure. Yeah. So Trish and Helvig, where would you take Smoothie? You know the Trish particularly knows the tree quite well. Knows the city reasonably well. You're particularly familiar with the roots, Trish, the undercommons. But yeah, you have semi-regular lodgings in one of the hollows, about halfway up the trunk at Fancy's, where you guys could crash if you can't find what you're looking for this evening. Alternatively, you could go up to the canopy branches, the canopy market in the branches, and sort of check that out. There's several large open spaces. Then there is the main temple of Alderheart right up in the top, across the way from the council offices and chambers. Various places you can go check out. You're also aware of a very good bar, the Hung, Drawn and Quartered. Yeah, whatever you fancy.
Say the Smoothie. Your
Yeah.
god, when you had a chat with your god. Was he
Yeah,
saying-
I'm still processing that, but go on. Yes.
Yeah. I can't even imagine. My god is very secretive. Don't think I'd want to meet him, actually.
Oh,
No.
really?
Yeah.
Are you a Hath worshipper?
Yes, in the way that I was raised Hath.
Like how
I'm
you're
so
raised
serious
Catholic,
about
but
it.
yeah.
I was
Once-
raised Hath, but he's a scary guy.
I was raised Catholic.
Canon. Yeah.
He's Catholic. Excellent.
Catholic.
Yep.
Smoothie, when you were talking to God, did he say? Is this
Yeah.
church underground? Are they being secretive about what they're doing, or are they just out to be open about it?
He just called it a fane, but
Mhm.
that
And I know what that means.
my understanding is
too.
that they're fakes. So they would be purported to be Tyton people. So either we can just ask at the people you think, or I was just thinking there should be a hall of records or something about this information. No?
Probably not.
Smoothie, I will remind you of one other thing that he said.
Please.
Tyton said, in Alderheart.
In Alderheart, as opposed to not on or under. I don't. Yeah, I will say that in case it means something to somebody else. In
Is this-
Alderheart?
We did just to check what I know in character, because there was a
Yep.
convo with Bannock and Trish about a cult and being or one of the early sendings.
Yeah. He
But
did
I don't
mention-
think he
didn't
ever
say
said Tyton.
in. No, and he wouldn't have mentioned Tyton, I don't think. However, yeah, it's fun because yeah, both Dan
It
and
was just
Rachel.
there's a bird folk problem.
Yeah.
That was the focus, not who they were
Yeah.
preaching for.
Both Dan and Rach went on an adventure as different characters to a place that is one of the entrances to this place, but neither of them went there. But neither Helvig nor Trish actually went there. So yeah, yeah. So Dan, you would know, as would Rage, that Trish and Helvig would know that making holes in the tree is not forbidden, but strictly controlled and very carefully done because we don't want to kill it.
Right.
So people don't go. I mean,
The
going
tender
into the
thing.
bark is all right, but yeah, if you go into the wood of the tree, very much frowned upon, social taboo, and also just, I think it's really bad for the tree. So you will very rarely find anything in the tree. It's all on the tree. The hollows are sort of naturally occurring or have been grown over generations by the tenders and the clergy. It's sort of a mixed job. Yeah.
So in the tree would probably mean in the like central pillar shit.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. As in, that would be very suspicious.
Yeah. Well,
Especially if they don't know.
It sounds to me. Go somewhere where people like to talk and ask if they've seen a massive hole, right? No?
I was more thinking if it's. I mean, we can't just go around ourselves, but I don't know. I have a feeling if God Himself came down to ask you, that it's probably not an obvious hole, right? Somebody else would have fixed it by now, especially the tenders who are like, trying to keep the tree alive because it is a living thing.
But it offends you people, right? So even if it's been patched up, someone would have noticed. And someone would have been pissed off about that, even if it's a past tense thing.
Yeah, sure, but I don't think it would have been patched by now because they would just close it, right? And then, or like.
Well, if you think we can cover this whole
thing.
thing and look for it ourselves, let's do that. But if not, then let's ask where the hole might be.
Well,
Sure.
Helvig, seeing as you mentioned tenders, you do know one. Well, Trish does. Helvig doesn't really. Helvig did not survive the experience.
Yeah.
But Trish,
I just know of their organization.
Trish is on first name terms with a quite important tender.
Can someone clarify what tender means? I'm sure you explained it.
A tender is it's something Smoothie wouldn't be aware of, so that's okay. A tender
I'll
is somebody
find out.
who...
We can just do it in character.
Trish can probably explain, or Helvig.
Go ahead, Trish.
Or Josh could do it.
Josh can do it.
A tender is just basically like call them our like firefighter organization. They're basically druids that keep the balance of the wood safe.
Cool.
And why we're so touchy with fire is because we had a whole incursion with the elemental plane of fire that was, burninating the countryside.
Yeah, still recovering from that one, unfortunately.
Yeah. But they're the ones who talk to if you want to build stuff.
Yeah, well, then they
Here.
would know. Let's find them. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start there.
Alrighty, cool. You head to the tender halls. As you head there, I'm going to ask you all for insight checks.
Ooh,
Oh no, there's gonna be sussy shit.
we love to roll dice.
Ooh, 26 from
Oh, that was
Smoothie,
close.
4 from Trish, and a 14 from Helvig. Interesting. Alrighty.
Who'd have thought the cleric would have high wisdom?
Well, look, Trish and Helvig.
Yo.
You get the distinct feeling that there is the people in Alderheart are happy. That there is a sense of optimism about the place for the first time in a while. Helvig, you also you're drawing a lot of stares, a lot of what
Clank,
is
stop,
that
stop.
guy? It's like wow, that head just had some work done.
Hell yeah,
yeah.
I did.
Smoothie,
Yeah.
beneath the happy facade, there
Oh,
is
boy.
a wariness, like a tightening of the chest, the people of Alderheart, almost as if the city itself is suspicious, and it's like it's waiting for the other shoe to drop. Now, as you said, you were going to be looking for things. Please make me as in looking for symbols. Please make me a perception check.
Okay, no worries. 14.
You do not see any signs of Tyton beyond. You would pass a church, sort of a minor temple, that is, but it's devoted to the Amaranthines generally, like the main pantheon. Out above the lintel, above the doorway, is the symbol of Tyton, right next to the symbol of Ardea. They are conjoined, sort of yin-yang style. And they just fit quite nicely together. But it doesn't.
I think I'd probably hang out there
probably
watching it until I'm dragged away.
Yeah. Like, oh shit, an actual church to actual deities. That's sick. And you get dragged away. A couple of streets later, you find yourself at, oddly enough, this is actually into the bark of the tree. The tender halls is built into the tree, but it was done exceptionally naturally and over an extended period of time. And you head indoors, and it is fairly cool and chill in there. Let me just find the soundscape for it. Yes, you head on inside, and you're probably looking for Fish. Who would you be looking for?
Widower?
Yeah, the widower. Yeah. Havel is his
Havel.
name.
I knew it was an H name also.
Yeah. Havel, who is a fairly chilled out gallus, and you enter the tender halls. It's not particularly busy in here, and it's very calm. There is an air of calm about it, and it's cool. As you step in out of the city bustles 24/7. Really, it calms down a little late at night, but there's always people about. But here in the tender halls, everything is. You travel. You travel in, and a young tender. A hedge sticks his head out of an office to the side of the entranceway and says, "Hello." Oh, wow. Hello, Saviors. Nice to. And wow. I'm sorry. I shouldn't stare. I don't think I've ever met a Terran before. Amazing. Hi. Yes. And then he stops and looks at Helvig and goes, "Wow. That's very cool. Hi.
Hi, I'm also impressive.
Well, no, he stopped at you first. Like, he was just like, "Hi, Savior of Alderheart, and also interesting people, but you actually saved the day." You literally saved his particular bacon. So he did say hi to you first. It was like, "Hi," and sorry, and he looks back at Trish and says, "Can I help?"
Yes, actually. Do you know if Havel's around?
He's in his office. I'll take you. He leads you up the corridor, and as he does so, he's chattering away. He says, "Oh, what you guys did was so amazing. I was on the battlements helping out, but everyone's so incredibly grateful." And he sort of nudges Smoothie. He's like, "You're in some pretty amazing company."
They're slumming it right now, believe me.
Yeah, wow. Why do you need to see Havel?
We just wanted to ask him something. It's a little thing.
Oh, say no more. Say no more.
Secret
That's fine.
mission.
It's all
Secret
good.
mission.
No, cool. Oh, amazing. All right, cool. Well, here you go. And he knocks on the door and says, "Senior Havel." And you hear from the other side, "Yes, Greg." And Greg opens the door and says, "You've got some people who want to see you, sir." Says, "Oh, fine, great. Show him in." You enter. Havel is there. He is a reasonably young but quite frail Gallus. He's quite a humble guy, and he's wearing tender robes, very similar to what Greg was wearing. They're basically just a green kimono style thing.
Alice is like the land birds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a turkey.
Hey.
Well, no, that's not quite right. He's a bit turkey-like, I suppose, more of a pheasant. But he's got some red markings on his face.
Cool. I'm here for it.
And
Please, I just like the visual. Thank you for your indulgence.
yeah. I do have a picture. I'll find it in a minute. And he says, "Oh, hey, Trish," and his eyes stop on Helvig, and he says, "And Helvig, you probably don't need to insight this. Last time he saw you was with Tevil, his partner."
Oh, God.
He says, "Wow, you found him then?"
Yeah.
I have all.
Quite a journey.
I'm sure. And he stands up and says, "Sorry." Wow. And he puts his hand out, Helvig, to shake.
Sure, I shake it.
He sort of grasps it. He puts that he takes it, and then he puts one hand over and he says, "I'm really glad you're back."
Thanks. I'm glad too.
And he says, "Sorry, yes, have a seat. I'm afraid I don't know you. What? My name's Havel." And Smoothie.
Hi there. Yeah, no, I'm Smoothie. Don't worry too much about me. I'm with the heroes here, and they have stuff they want to ask you, and I'm just here to enjoy the view.
Oh, okay. All right. Great. Well, yeah. How can I help? And he sits back down and gestures to. He's got quite a comfy chair, and there are 3 fairly non-comfy chairs, but he just gestures to them and says, "Yeah, please join me."
Yeah, I see.
Well, I won't waste your time since we're bothering you so late. We are looking for a group who, I suppose they claim to worship Tyton, but they're a bit suspicious. And they may have dug out some area within Alderheart. Do you know anything about that, where we might find them?
Oh.
I'm not sure if you keep records of these kinds of things, but
we do. So yeah, there's well, I mean, this building itself is actually has been hollowed out of the tree, but yeah, that's really hard and takes a while. And to do it safely, yeah. We do keep records of that, sure. Do you know where? And he would turn around. So the wall behind him is books. And he said, "Yeah, sure. Fake worshippers of Tyton, amazing. Is this sort of the next thing, is it?" And he turns and...
Hopefully not.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, no. So he gets out a really large leather tome and sort of, he actually struggles to hold it up and puts it down on his desk and says, "Right, so you're looking for, the trick of it is, if I was going to be an evil cult worshipper, I probably wouldn't do it in a place where people knew where it was.
Yeah,
But-
that causes trouble.
But we can have a look." And he gets it open, and basically there is a blueprint of the Alderheart, both side on and top down. It's sort of 2 side by side. And he says, "Right, so here is all of the recorded major excavations into the trunk, and you'll see there is not many. There is no more than a dozen or so. There is one, the temple, the Grand Temple, has a lower level below the ground, but it's about a kilometer up in the air, in the tree. But yeah, there is a lower floor. There, he says, the Wildwood Brigade headquarters has some underground stuff. There are some areas in the docks that have basements. A lot of trees, a lot of private dwellings, some of the more fancy ones have cellars. Roro, I just went outside and a bat started chirping at me, and I no longer know how I feel about Smoothie. Bats are scary.
That's how most people are looking at him, to be fair, darling. So that's understandable.
Yeah. Yeah, major excavation. There are hundreds of minor ones that are all registered. He's like, I've got blueprints of several of the big ones. But there is no more than half a dozen major excavations that are on file.
You said something about a temple?
The Grand Temple, yeah, that's got sort of fairly major system of catacombs that were designed before it was really decided that it was actually a bad idea to dig into the tree we live in. Because those honestly, the first settlers here, the first people who, when the tree was a bit shorter too, but they were real cowboys back then. About 1,500 years ago, we lost a branch, because it got too bad, and the people they were just, as I say, cowboys, and a whole neighborhood fell out of the sky, and there's only so many people you can cast Featherfall on before. I believe several hundred people died. So that's why we don't do that anymore, which is why we keep these records.
Does anything else? Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
No, I was just saying it's probably in there. It sounds like that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's my instinct. Does anything else jump out at me? The thing is, and this might be Jack's biases, but if someone's going to take the father of the gods and claim it as their own, right? But then be secretive, that doesn't quite sit well in my head as I'm trying to work it out. So if they are trying to be secretive and that is the case, then their arrogance probably has to show in other ways. Is the line of logic that I'm going down. If they are so arrogant as to, like, maybe they legitimately believe it or maybe they don't, but either they're arrogant enough to spit in the face of the father of the gods who is real and exists, or they genuinely believe it, and that's arrogant in itself. They're not doing what I thought they would do, which is go like, hey guys, we're totally tight on people, you should give us money so we can fuck off back to wherever. They're not doing that. So anyway, that's kind of my line of logic. Does anything else jump out at me though from the suggestions he gave?
Make a, I think, insight, given the line of logic you're currently working through in your head.
22.
Trish and Helvig, you may make checks as well. You may tell me what skill you would like to utilize, if you want to sort of pore over this and see if you can't make your own sort of leaps of logic on it as well. A 22 is pretty good. Smoothie, yeah, that logic does sort of sound like, obviously it makes sense to you because you're the one who made it up, but it does it does sort of track. The main temple is the only place of worship, and there are like 2 or 3 dozen places of worship, major or minor, that are sort of on record. I think the only other thing you would notice as a flighted person is,
yes,
on the design there are several landing platforms. Just like, it's not unusual, most levels would have at least a couple of places from which to launch or land from a higher level. A lot of the birdfolk, there's a high degree of verticality in this city, particularly coming down. It's just noteworthy that you can, and some of them are just a doorway in the tree. Going into the bark of the Alderheart is a couple of meters thick, so it is entirely possible to dig into the bark without ever actually touching the wood of the tree. And you know that because you literally just walked through the bark to get to this room. You are probably about 10 meters inside the actual wood of the tree when you're in this room.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Helvig, Trish, do you fancy making any checks?
I do, but I'm not sure what check this would be. I'm looking at the schematics, and as someone who is both sneaky and good at
I'll just be
building
2 seconds,
things,
guys.
I'm like, if I were to build a secret cult temple, where would I put it? In terms of both building and being sneaky.
Sure. I would add in one more thing. You know, it's a cult. It's a cult to a specific deity. So Birdfolk one would be above ground. They wouldn't bury it.
Okay.
You also have a very low opinion of Birdfolk generally. I think that's reasonably fair to say.
Yeah, a little bit.
You think of them as hoity-toity, so you probably think up.
Okay.
Investigation would probably be the best way for Trish to go. See if she can make any other leaps of logic. 17's not bad. You also know that you also know that there is a lot of Trish is only semi-racist. She's just accurate, Omi. 80%.
I leave for 20
experiences.
I leave for 20
racist.
seconds. What happened?
You would probably also be aware that Trish, I think it would be fair to say that you would think the bird folk run this place. It's a bird god. It's probably a fairly bird folky cult. That's probably not hard for you to guess. You would assume that it wouldn't be humble folk only, so there would be bird folk involved. If there are bird folk involved, then they can get into positions of power. They can get into positions of authority.
Oh no! Huh.
And yeah, I think that's all you'd get with that. You would note that the Wildwood Brigade headquarters and the Grand Temple are quite close together and both have basements that are not overly far away from each other in the same bit of the tree, essentially. Dan, would you like to make a check?
Yeah, I was more thinking that because Tyton is a night deity. My pitch is nature, but since Tyton is a night deity in terms of like a place where it doesn't matter what time it is in the day, where the sun might be, that it won't see light.
Nature check. Very well.
Oh man.
It's a good thought though. 13, I will give you... You suspect, given that it is a night deity, and you know that... and Helvig would be familiar enough religion-wise that he would know that Tyton... ceremonies dedicated to Tyton either happen at night or in places that are dark. So it's not a huge leap. You would suspect, given that the sun travels east-west, that they would probably want to orientate any windows they had either to the south or north, so that the sun never directly shines through the window, if there was a window. So you would think either on the southern face or the northern face. In fact, I will say the northern face, let's go Australian rules, and the northern face is the one that doesn't get any sun. Oh, sorry, no, the southern face is the one that doesn't get any sun.
Okay. Cool. That's just what I think. I say that to the party.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know.
Does that work out with the temple theory, or does that north-south thing throw it out the window?
Havel would say, well, I mean, if they're burrowing, then it can go anywhere from the temple. The temple is center, pretty much in the dead center of the tree, so you could go any direction from it. But it would give you a place to start looking. Though, Trish, it's worthy, for Trish's logic, it is worthy to note that the Wildwood Brigade headquarters is on the southern edge, the southern flank of the tray. Or the southern, if it was on a quarter, it would be the southern quarter of the tray. Not much, but it is south of the main temple. Havel's looking over it, like he's studying it with you, and he says, "The more I look at it, guys, I think you're looking at unlicensed, unagreed diggers."
Probably.
Oh, heck. Can one of you, not Smoothie, Trish or Helvig, can you roll me a... What would be your passive persuasion?
14.
14. Rach has gone very quiet.
You're muted, Rach.
I've got a +3 to persuasion. I'm not sure what
So
that
13.
Are you proficient with it? No? No. Otherwise you'd
not
have
persuasion,
a...
no.
Yeah. So a 13 and a 14.
Passive intimidation is pretty great.
Well, tell you what, Helvig. Helvig, I reckon you're probably the one who's sort of attuned to Havel's emotions, because you're aware that he and you have a bit of a history situation a bit. So I will let you make an insight.
Okay. Easy. I have no heart anymore.
Heck, let's say Smoothie, the DC is higher now, but Smoothie and Trish can also make an insight check.
Okay.
Roll poggers, maybe.
Pug, Trish, 3, nope.
14.
14. Smoothie. Oh. No. Yeah, he's just stroking his chin.
Hang on, I've got inspiration. I'll use it.
You all have inspiration. We hit a follower goal. We hit 350. So you all have inspiration.
There you go.
Do I care about Havel's feelings?
26.
Smoothie got a 26, which is good because his deception was 18. So yeah, Smoothie, he's hiding it well, but he knows something.
Oh my god, Havel's part of the cult.
Can I surreptitiously attempt to cast Zone of Truth, please?
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Wow, okay. Yes, you may.
I got shit to do.
Does it have a vocal component?
It does. That's why I'm asking if I can attempt to slip it
Make
in.
a
Because right
stealth-
now they're not talking to me.
Make a stealth check, yeah.
All right.
Or slip it in.
Nah. Just a 10, unfortunately.
Yeah, he
That's
would
all right.
notice you, but you
I'll
can
make it
cast
work.
it anyway.
Yeah, that's okay.
fine.
I got shit to do, so
So,
that's fine.
everybody who's in it, including Trish and Helvig, need to make wisdom saves?
Charisma.
Charisma.
Oh, good.
But I'll tell you what, because he already knows I'm doing it. He can take my Invoke the Amaranthine roll of 4, please.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh my god.
So the DC being, I think, 14, and Helvig got a 22.
My DC is 16, I believe.
16.
I think I have a
And
plus
Trish,
1.
you were obliged to tell the truth while you're in here. And Helvig, you can lie. Havel can't.
I am fucking immovable. Influencing
Wasn't
my
casting it on
body
you,
enough
so
for-
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh yeah, you would have had a +3 to that, wouldn't you, Dan?
that is with the +3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
plus
+10 is
10
huge.
On his charisma save, that's ridiculous.
Never again, dude. Never
But he's a
again.
warlock, so yeah, he would be. He
Yeah.
would have a. Yeah, that's nuts. All right. Yeah. Havel says. Why did you do that?
I don't think you're a bad person, sir, but I've got people who are waiting for me, and I don't really have time for nonsense. I think you're hiding something from us, and I'd like to know what it is. If you're worried about people, I can promise you that I'm not here to hurt anybody.
Oh, no. Look. I don't know. Is that a zone of truth?
Yeah.
Right. Then you can trust me when I say I don't know what it is you're looking for. There's been some unpleasant stuff going on, and I'm worried about Kesh and Eric. Particularly worried about Eric. Because, and Trish, you would be aware, Eric is a tender. Helvig does not know Eric. Trish is the only one of the three of you who does. But
I know that there was a wedding related to his family.
Yeah.
What's happened to Kesh? Is she okay?
I don't know, and I think she's probably fine. Knowing Kesh, she's probably fine. But I was contacted by someone, by Eric's grandmother, and asked very specifically to make sure he did not go with her. Now, Ayari Shadowmold is a very, very powerful woman, and there could be any number of reasons why she wouldn't want her grandson going to fight elementals, but she had no issue with it at first. No at all. Otherwise, Eric would never have left Alderheart. Eric would never have met Kesh if Ayari Shadowmold wanted none of it. So the fact that he got to hang out with Kesh for like the best part of a month, they fought a wake worm together. He's been in danger the whole time, but now, this specific thing they went to do, I was told in no uncertain terms to pull him off the case. Now, I told her I would try. I would ask him, I would make the offer, but he chose otherwise. So, you had me thinking, what I was thinking was, I wonder if it's related. My mind's been buzzing on it for a while, but Ayari Shadowmold is not the kind of woman I want to cross. She is also, unfortunately, one of our, quite a sponsor of the Tender Order. We are reliant on donors and things like that to keep the doors open. So, I don't want to piss on her shoes or whatever, but, and heck, I could be there. This could be nothing. It could be not related. But the Shadowmolts are a very powerful family. They pull strings all the time. I imagine. I honestly, this is the first time I've ever been communicated directly with by Ayari Shadowmold. But so this could be related to what Kesh was doing. But as far as I was aware, Kesh was going to fight an elemental. One of the last, I think. They were basically tracking down the remaining elementals that were left over after the Scorched Grove was defeated. And I think this was the last one, really. All the little ones sort of die on their own. The big ones that are strong enough to survive here, there aren't very many, and they leave a bit of a trail. But, honestly, yeah, this one was a long ways off, and
she didn't want him going, and he was going somewhere far away. Do you think maybe she wanted him to stay close for some reason?
Possibly.
Like something was going to happen, maybe?
I mean, she doesn't live in Alderheart. She lives down in, you know the place. It's not, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but yeah.
Their estate or whatever.
Yeah, but it's down in a different town. It's in... No, it's gone. I have no idea. But yeah, they don't live in Alderheart. So she just specifically didn't want him going there.
And that was a lot of information. She didn't want him going...
Well,
where?
She didn't want him hanging out with Kesh anymore. Which
don't
makes
know
me
who that is.
Kesh is a mutual friend. She's the captain. Well, she's a major in the Wildwood Brigade, which is one of the military organizations here in the wood. And she also is sort of on detached duty right now, hunting down large and dangerous creatures for, well, the council and for the whole wood. Really, she's doing everybody a favor. She has a sort of team, and yeah, they're pretty good at what they do.
Okay, so a rich lady is doing nepotism. That sounds pretty par for the course. But you're what's this got to do with investigating a fake Tyton cult in the middle of a tree?
Well, powerful people pull strings. And
You think she's involved?
I've heard some other stuff. Just nothing concrete, nothing, but there
Sir,
are wheels moving here in Alderheart. There's everybody's putting on a brave face, but everyone also sort of feels like there's something more coming. And
Uh-oh.
strange stuff's happening. Some of the gangs from the base of the tree, they're all gone. You know, gangs don't just disappear. If only. And yeah, weird stuff, unusual stuff, and I can't help but wonder if it's related. And now
Right.
a Terran shows up, dressed in the garb of a cleric of Tyton, looking for a cult temple. And because you'll forgive me, but you don't look like just some random here to help the heroes do something. You look like somebody who has a mission of his own.
That'd be right. And I'll turn the spell up. Actually, no, I'll keep it on. I'll keep it on for like another couple of seconds. You know the spell that we're in.
Yeah.
I'm not going to breathe a word of what you said to anybody else. And I'm not trying to mess up your day or anything else going on.
I appreciate that.
I come from a place where things are a lot harsher. And I need to get back to them to help. But I can't do that until I found them. I
Where are you
apologize.
That's all right. I'm not offended. I was not telling you everything. Where are you from?
Barovia. Uh-huh.
Yup. I felt the same thing, Havo, when he said that.
And you got out.
I'm special, I guess.
I'll bet.
Right.
And now you're gonna take these ones back. Is that the idea?
Here's what I can promise you in the spell that we're in right now. If we get out of this and I can help the people that I'm trying to help and these guys decide to come with me, I'm going to do my best to keep them alive.
Oh,
I'm going to do my best to help my people. And then if something comes down over here, this is technically my home too. And I'll do my best to help you too.
don't worry. Smoothie was it? I'm not concerned. These two can look after themselves. I mean, Ovik here, he's actually died before. I'm sure he knows how to avoid it a second time.
Oh god, I'm the worst at avoiding death ever.
No, I can think of other people who are worse at it. Anyway. Thank you for your words, Smoothie. I appreciate it. I wish you guys all the luck I can offer. You're gonna need it. But if you can end it.
Hence my assurances to do my best. If you understand anything of what I'm speaking about, where I'm from.
I know probably
it is not
more than
like
most.
this place, and I am jealous of this place. You people have no idea how nice it is that you just have suspicions. Believe me.
Yeah.
Having villains out in the open sounds easy. It's not.
Oh, we dealt with our villains quite recently, but we did have them out in the open. My order fights them. So I know exactly what you're dealing with. Hey, Nelderberry. Good to see you. Take care, bro. Yeah, I hope that information gives you help. And, yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know anything else.
Okay.
That's cool. Thank you, Hevel.
You're welcome, Helvig. Trish, are you alright?
Fine.
You're muted.
I'll be okay. I'm just... I worry about Kesh. And between you and me, I don't trust Eric. I don't think he's a good person.
Is the Zone of Truth still up?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
Can't be.
No. I want you to leave it up for just a moment,
Okay.
if you don't mind. Trish, Eric's one of the best guys I know. He gets passionate sometimes, and but here's the thing: I've never known him to do anything he didn't think was right. Your experiences may differ, obviously, and I trust your judgment, I do. But in my judgment, I've never seen a guy do anything... I wouldn't worry for Kesh because of Eric. They have a pretty good bond, actually, from what I've seen. He defers to her as well. Backs her up.
Also, isn't Bennett with Cash right now? I'm sure he'll take care of her.
Oh yeah, I think I saw him with them. The other thing I would say, and maybe this might tweak your opinion of him. When I told him that his grandmother wanted him to stay away from her, he got pretty angry with me. I had betrayed him by trying to tell him not to. He rebelled against that idea pretty hard. Looked like he was ready to turn in his tender ropes. I think the only reason I got out of there unsinged was because I was pretty specific with his grandmother that I could not promise anything. But I worry I've offended him by even mentioning it.
Personally, wouldn't worry about offending Eric. Since we're
Wow.
sharing stories about our mutual acquaintance, the one time I met him, he killed some hostages who had surrendered and then refused to offer any explanation as to why. And that is a pretty hard thing to come back from in my book. So, respectfully, I don't like him hanging around my friend.
All right. Fair enough. To be clear, it was one hostage.
So,
And that you did not actually have in chains. He was in a tree, but yeah.
Maybe that's even worse.
Trish is definitely holding a grudge. Cool. Yeah, he says, all right, fair enough. Thank you, Smoothie. You could turn off the thing now if you want. All right, cool. Well, that was an interesting side interlude. Havel would go to hug Trish.
Oh.
Hugs back.
Yeah.
It was really good seeing you again. I'm sorry.
It was nice
wasn't
to see
under
you
better
too.
Circumstances.
Look, I feel like we never see each other in a good circumstance. Next time you're in Alderheart and you're not trying to kill something, please drop in, say hi, we'll have tea.
I will.
I wonder when that's gonna be though, Havel. Let's be real.
Well, maybe make time for it, eh?
Yeah, we'll take
There's
a
more to
vacation.
life than killing people, right?
We'll take a vacation.
Nice to meet you, Smoothie. Good to see you again, Helvig.
Sorry again
good to
about the
see you
spell,
too,
sir.
Havel.
No, that's all right. Can't ever be too careful. Cool. shall you continue on then? So yeah, where are you heading? It's probably 7 p.m. local time.
Yep. If we're cool with it, I reckon let's just head for the temple place. That seems like the most promising lead we have.
Sure. Yeah.
Very well.
But I will take a brief aside for a second as we're walking and just goes to Trish. He'll just go, the person that, well, I don't know what we're going to do with him, but the person that's terrorizing my land, well, you're the person that you told me about in there, this Eric person, seemed to do it in a fit of passion, and so did Strahd. So, I haven't met him. I can't speak about it, but from what it sounds like, that kind of thing isn't just an upsy daisy, if my opinion matters at all. You're muted.
Thank you, Smoothie. I don't think a fit of passion is an excuse for anything, so I think we're on the same page about that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm just gonna let it go.
All right, you head up to the temple, the Grand Temple of Alderheart. It is a pretty spectacular building, Smoothie. Think the Hagia Sophia.
Everything's so damn pretty.
But it's yeah.
Look how idyllic this place is compared
Yeah, it's
to
making me mad.
Yeah, you head up there, and it's on one corner of a large plaza, or one side rather of a large plaza. On one side is a very stately-looking building. Looks like the sort of place where big decisions are made. It's got arched entryways with pillars and large steps coming down. It looks like the sort of place that you could put up a podium and large announcements could be given to huge groups of people. On the far side of it is a huge dome, all carved of a different wood to the tree, but it is wood. It is a lighter sort of pine wood, but it's huge. It's 300 feet across this dome, and supported by loads of wooden pillars around the edge. The foliage of the tree itself sort of surrounds it, so seeing around the thing is difficult. But yeah, there is an awful lot of religious iconography sort of carved into the wood. Images of all the amaranthines you're aware of, Smoothie, are along the top of each one has a different pillar. And as you head inside, the air, once again, similar feeling to the Tender Halls, actually. The vibe in here is very chill and calm. It is now, the sun is just about finished setting. But the little light that remains outside, you can see the windows inside are stained glass, but it's all done with leaf matter. So it's more not so. There aren't any images in it, but the veins of the leaves create patterns, and there is a very lightweight dappling of light coming through as the last rays of sun hit them.
I just want to stay here. I don't want to go.
Back to Nightmare Land.
You are in the main nave, heading up to an altar at the top. There are a few dozen people in here, but it's so big it doesn't feel full or crowded at all. It feels fairly empty. There are rows and rows and rows of pews. Off to the side, there are small private little chapels for smaller services or devotions to a particular amaranthine. You can see statues of Kren, of Tyton. You can see Hanera. There are various clerics sort of just moving around. Other people, humble folk, bird folk. It's a bit of a cultural melting pot up here. What do you do?
I will look at the locals because this is a Josh question.
Sure.
What passed for? I have my own ideas, but I kind of want to confirm with you. What passed for worship for me? Weren't no damn cathedrals, as far as I know.
No.
No.
I would imagine, and I'm happy for you to sort of decide this for yourself.
We
but
can
I'm,
yes and.
I would imagine it would be very little more than a small symbol carved on something that that you prop up on any table or desk and make your devotions to. You want to be able to carry it away. There is no particular religious thing about destroying holy symbols. Particularly ones that are made to be non-permanent. So I imagine it was carved out of wood and then burnt immediately after, so there was no evidence of it.
Yeah. No, I think I like that. Yeah. The only other thing I would add is that when possible, like that we did the surreptitious thing of sleeping under the stars.
Yeah.
So we could like see the moon.
Sure.
But like, we tried to not do that. We tried not to congregate during that because
very rare in Barovia to have starless night, a cloudless night. Nowhere near as rare as cloudless days, but you get them maybe once or twice a month.
Right. So we'd be on the lookout for that. When we saw it, that's when we'd like, yeah.
But almost to the point of, people are sleeping outside. Oh, that's suspicious.
Yeah.
Because...
So we wouldn't congregate and do that. Yeah.
Cool.
So yes, I will look to the locals and just kind of.
Oh God, I'm not much of a religious person.
I mean, I am, but this is. I'm not going to even go there. This is completely not my area of expertise.
Does it look like there's catacombs or like pathways to other places in the cathedral?
You would probably have to have an ask or have a look around. It's not a publicly accessible area, but you could certainly. I mean, you two have some pull. Trish particularly. Imagine if you wanted a tour of the lower catacombs, they probably wouldn't say no to Trish. Few people have survived saying no to Trish. Smoothie.
Could I try something weird? I'm thinking like Smoothie's kind of rushed. Like there's been a lot of conversations about people he doesn't know. Not that he doesn't care about them, but he's got shit to do. And there's like another conversation would probably drive him bonkers. It's like, hello, how are you? Good, yeah, great, guys. I've got shit to do. So I'm thinking if I try like a chitter thing, sort of like how I did it at the canyon. This is a big echoey place, and I've got big ass ears. Can I try and follow where the sound goes? Like presumably some of the sound will go in the direction of like a tunnel. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Jack, make an intelligence check before you make your perception check.
I can't locate this bitch.
Okay, here we go. I'll use my inspiration.
Just out of curiosity, see if it occurs to you. I'm pretty sure you've already used your inspiration, didn't you?
No, that's what I said.
4. No, okay, it doesn't occur to you. But that's fine. It doesn't really matter. I wonder if this has occurred to him. No, it doesn't. Make a perception check based on hearing. This does require making a heck of a lot of noise. There's a and everyone goes.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I got shit to do.
Yeah, sure.
20.
Oh, Smoothie. Yeah, it's almost like in a video game, in a heist movie where it switches to a wireframe like 3D image of the building. You can see underground underneath you. Yeah. You can definitely tell where they are. Off in the distance, you only have it to 60 feet, so you can't really see very far. But you can definitely tell that underneath your feet there is a second floor, and what
I was hoping for, because the acoustics of the cathedral would echo around,
amplify it a bit.
I can follow the direction. of where
you would
a tunnel
guess,
might be.
given the layout, that you could like it's vague. It's like looking at something through a film, but yeah, you can tell that there is something underneath you. Given the layout of it, given the size and shape and orientation of the empty space, you would guess to the forwards and to the left would be the way to get down to it. However, you're spoiling the ambience a little bit.
Yeah.
And
This is the equivalent of someone like on a tram going fucking you know?
yeah. So I'm going to ask someone in chat.
That's funny.
Zedran, would you mind? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Zedran, would you mind _roll space 3 for me? There are 3 options. Of people who can come and talk to you. It depends. A 1. Splendid.
Oh no.
Beware the smiling dungeon master.
Beware whenever he's happy about
Are we?
anything.
Are we? You guys have found the 3rd way in as well, which is rather cool. Yes, a servant, a very big servant man. He is quite an older servant, but he is big. Servant have this thing where they tend to they don't really stop growing. It slows down a little bit, but his antlers are enormous, and he comes over, his arms sort of together in the sleeves of his robes. Sort of. He is in the garb of a worshipper of Henwin, and yellow roses festoon his antlers. And he comes over and says, "Your pardon. Worship."
Oh yes,
Sorry.
yeah.
My friend's from out of town.
It is absolutely, but not again. May I be of some assistance? My name is Varish.
Possibly. God, I don't know if I should trust.
Oh,
I
please,
don't know
don't
if
call
I
me.
should trust this person.
You can make an insight check on him if you like.
Yeah, let's do it. Nah. I mean, pretty good, but 12. So.
He seems. He is. I would remind you, the 2nd priest you've ever met.
Right. Yeah. So under the circumstances,
and he dead set is an ordained priest.
Right. Under the circumstances, based on what the other fellow was saying, anyone could be involved in this.
Yeah.
But what?
Yeah.
Under the circumstances, what are we allowed to go down? Can we just go down, or do we need to be escorted to go down into the lower tunnels?
You would suspect, given that you're not a priest of here, and these two aren't priests at all, you would probably have to ask permission at the very least. And depending on how well you persuaded / intimidated this huge servant man, you might be able to go down alone, but he would probably ask to accompany you or send somebody else with you.
Oh, man.
While you have a think, I think we might go for a quick little breaklet. Vast ahoy and g'day, mateys. We be back, and I need to say, first of all, Adrianu 11,000. Thank you very much for the follow. And another thank you to somebody else as well. Truckbidoodles. Truckbidoodles. Thank you for the follow as well. That was my best attempt. I apologize if I mucked that up. Yeah, some of these Twitch names are really hard to say. But thank you for the follow, both of you. Good on you, champions. Yes, we're back for a second part. First of all, I just need to quickly shout out Wooten Forge, our wonderful sponsors. Head over to their website, woodenforge.com/Corsairs Cove. Utilize that affiliate link, and you could get yourself some beautiful handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories. Like these things here. This is my Wooden Forge dice box, dice tray. It's the lid of my dice keeper. They're really, really gorgeous things. They use recycled Australian wood. And I would recommend the Australian Blackwood, Tasmanian Blackwood. It is gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Cool. So we were at the temple in Alderheart, and you have just been approached by a very polite servant with enormous antlers, saying, "Can I help? Please be quiet." That DM screen is very pretty. Yes, Nelderberry agreed.
Yes.
I wonder who made it, Nelderberry.
Well, technically, my partner did the lion's share of the work. She actually drew the drawings, but they did do the thing on the wood. That is accurate. This is something Jack has always wanted to say. Sir, I'm on a mission from God. Sir, I'm on a mission from Tyton, where and I'm being quite blunt because I don't have a lot of time, and I really want to get this done. There is a fane down below. If you know where it is, I would like to be directed to it. If you don't know, we would like to investigate this. If I'm wrong, then I am happy to be put under authority. Basically, under the circumstances here, sir, we've got to deal with this.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
As you say, I'm on a mission from Tyton. 21 is pretty
21.
good. Yeah. He makes the symbol of Tyton, which is he sort of makes a half moon on his heart over his heart.
Would I know this? Would that be something I know?
It would be one of the few things you would know, I imagine.
Okay, cool.
He sort of nods and makes the symbol over his heart, and he doesn't look like he's like, oh, an insane person. Hey guys, look, he's talked to a god. What a fucking moron. No, this is very much a... he's like, oh shit. He actually takes you, he's like taking you very seriously. He says, I know of no fane, but where do you believe it is?
My compatriots, the defenders of Alderheart, believe that it might be further down and perhaps to the north. Was that right, Helvig? In the northern direction?
South side.
South side. And
which is to the left.
Well,
given the orientation, yeah.
Right.
No left.
Under the circumstances, sir, I don't plan to. I plan to give them a chance to walk away from this, but I expect that they. I expect that they won't take too kindly to what I have to say.
Where is it you believe this is?
We are looking for it. We know that it's down below, and we know it's to the south. If you've seen anything suspicious, anything you can share with us would be very useful.
Do you cast Zone of Truth?
No. Under the circumstances, I think I'm vibing off this guy's attention. Mm-hmm. But if I pick up anything, I have some stuff ready to go.
Very well. Make an insight check then, I suppose. Trish and Helvig are welcome to add anything they like or make insight checks of their own. 23 is
I just
good.
23.
I just look all business now that I'm made of stone.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, Trish.
Not in her element.
Trish is like, I hate churches almost as much as I hate
There's
wizards.
leaves on the window. It's pretty.
The last time you were here, Nevermore was worried about his eye demon.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you were teasing him about maybe his head exploding, and you were probably just vibing on that. You're like, that was fun. And he didn't explode, but Iralath, I'm so fucking sus on Iralath. Yeah. So, yeah, he says, I see. I'm afraid I know nothing of this, otherwise I would have burned it out myself. Please, you are seeking it. You believe it to be here.
Yeah.
Or is this just the first place you're looking?
It is. We talked to people who know about the holes in the tree. I'm sorry if I'm paraphrasing. I'm from out of town, as my friend said. But this seemed to me to be the most likely thing. They have done enough stuff, sir, that my God felt the need to have a chat with me and tell me that it's made him upset. If you understand the importance of that, then you can probably
Tyton-
understand why I am in a rush.
Tyton showed himself to you. You are indeed fortunate.
You don't know the half of it.
I'm sure I don't. I will assist you. You believe it to be in the tree?
Inside the tree, yes, sir.
I see. Then you want to go down.
Yes, I do. I do want to make this clear, though, sir. From what I understand, this might go very high up. So the first thing to consider is if you can, please don't go speaking about this now, presently, or after the fact about us. And you should maybe consider whether you want to throw in your lot with us. There may be violence.
I will be party to no violence, but I will assist you in locating this. I will not step in to prevent violence if violence happens, but I will not engage.
I don't want violence either, sir. I want to give them a chance to walk away.
But if someone is harming the tree, then I am here.
Okay.
I am Varish Stonebrew, and please, if you will follow me. And he leads you,
yes, sir.
To the left and up the
Over right here. Yes.
I'm trying. It's the main hallway up the center of the church, and then off to the left to a set of stairs that you couldn't see before. It sort of circles down a couple of rotations. You go down about 20 feet, and you find yourselves, it is even cooler, to the point of actually quite cold down here, to a series of passages and pathways that lead you in a sort of, it's laid out in a grid, and down here are, it looks like a collection of relics and there's a few display cases, loads of small rooms. Each one contains a single thing that a small group of people could, say, gather around and examine / worship, venerate.
Wow.
Little places for private meditation, and stuff like that. He says, down here we have some of our most treasured relics. We believe relics of at least 3 of the Amaranthines from their lives.
Oh my God.
Exactly. Though here in the wood we don't refer to them as gods. We favor the term Amaranthines. It has been known to us that they don't favor the term their own selves. And it's sort of like not admonishing, just he knows you're not from here, but yeah, they don't call themselves gods. He says, for reasons I am not aware of, they favor...
And my Amaranthines doesn't work. Or my Yamas? No.
My Yama.
It doesn't have the same ring to it, I know.
No, it doesn't work. No.
But they very specifically don't call themselves that, for reasons they were not clear about. And I have never had the opportunity to ask one of them. So, how do you propose to locate this?
Well, I do have a proposition, but it's noisy. It's what you heard me do before.
I see. It was a location situation. Of course, yes. He's. I know of your people, but I have never encountered one. A pleasure. Look, as long as there are not too many.
Yeah, it's an option. Honestly, though, I mean, guys, do we have any ideas that might be a bit more quiet, considering? Tunneling, digging, any experience in those things?
All I have I I have experience with digging. I haven't dug in forever. Also, this is a tree.
Please don't dig into the tree.
I'm not gonna. It's I would need tender, one of those forms.
If you manage to locate an entrance, I have the ability to encourage the tree's growth in a particular manner, to assist with opening any entrance you find. Druidcraft is the cantrip in question. Takes a little while, and if any of you have the ability, would be assistant. You could assist me.
I can do that too.
Oh,
I think.
Splendid.
Under the circumstances, that might be a better thing than what I.
Well, we
can
need
do.
to find it first.
Okay, well, if we're up for it, that they're gonna know we're here if they're nearby.
If they are this close, then I doubt they could have gone unnoticed.
Yeah, good point. Okay, well.
Very well. Smoothie, make me a perception check. Smoothie.
20.
20. Pair of 13s. Yes.
Ooh.
I'm just rolling really well. This is not gonna. This is gonna end poorly eventually.
You close your eyes, Smoothie, and you make the noise. You make a chirrup, and you find it's actually only about 20 feet away, down the corridor from you. There is
if anyone remembers that scene in The Dark Knight where suddenly he can see everything up.
Everybody's mobile phones are going.
But it's all I'm thinking of now. Thank you for that
very
description.
much
I love it. Detective vision.
Yeah, Smoothie engages detective vision. You have to be really quite loud for it to work. And he sort of winces. Not that you probably noticed.
I'll step away out of politeness.
You find a statue. That is, well, it's not like a freestanding pillar, but it's sort of molded from the wall. It's like it's carved from the wall, of Kren, the Vulpin Amaranthine. Behind it, is a tunnel that leads down and southward. And you can see the tunnel, but you can't see how to open the door.
Well,
have you located it?
Yeah, right here, right over here.
Oh.
He goes over and taps the wall, and as he sort of moves his hand over the door, you hear a hollow, and he says, "Oh, presumably no one ever thought to do that. Why would you? Very well. How do we open
Casually
it?"
knocking on every bit of surface. Sounds like a Metroid game.
I'm kidding.
I am reluctant to disturb this, as it contains the finger bone of Kren himself.
I'm not.
I would prefer you didn't.
Where is the finger bone, so we can at least?
Well, it's in the finger, but I'm not actually certain which. But presumably there is a way to open it. Otherwise, it would be a really, really bad door. Perhaps we could at least look first.
What a shitty door.
I am.
Excellent wall, bad door.
I am suspicious that they would care, but sure, we'll look around. What would they even?
Trish, Helvig, Smoothie. Make investigation checks if you're going to look for the way to open the door.
See, something I'm going to be shitty at.
There we go. Nat 20's it. Come on, Trish.
0!
Come on.
Wow.
Look, so I don't have to destroy
when
stuff.
The dice and your character are 1.
We can do it.
Come on,
I
Helvig.
clap to myself.
2 minus 2.
Cast guidance and then do it.
Oh, we can do it.
Oh my god. Oh my
With guidance.
God. Please. Oh shit. There we go. D4.
Big numbers. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 12. 12
Yeah,
is not
12.
atrocious. Trish, I suspect you're probably still, like, going over that conversation you had with Havel in your head. Like, just thinking about Eric, just like, get you all wild up.
This seems important. I'm gonna use the inspiration.
Ooh.
So it's still a 3 for the guidance.
Yeah, keep that.
My God. Oh, son of a bitch. That was on an 18 before. That's fine. It's
12.
12.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, you're, Helvig, you would be, 12 is the DC, by the way. You...
Oh, good.
You, he indicates the hand, and, says, I believe it's in there, one of those, and, Helvig, you notice, and I suspect it's because you are articulated your own self. Your hands are articulated as well, and but you notice the fingers are. So Kren is often depicted as a sort of shadowy wolf fox thing, and it's quite scary. He's one of the nastier Amaranthines. He's not depicted as often a very nice being. The claws are sort of out, and the finger bone is the central. He suspects in the central one on the right hand. You can see clearly an articulation line at one of the points of the claw of that central finger. That's what you notice with your 12.
Well, like I can pull it.
Pull my finger.
Yeah, I do that.
It doesn't pull out, but it does click downwards. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As you do that, you feel the whole thing click. It doesn't move, but something has unlocked.
Does it give now, the wall?
Do you push it? Pull it? What do you do?
I push it first.
Very well. An athletics check, please.
Ooh.
Athletics, oh man. Mine is, I don't know how to control this dense body.
Just leans against it, and the heavy metal just pushes the door. It pushes in about 3 feet, which is the width of the statue, and then you feel it. You can feel that it's on runners on the floor, and it pushes in, and then stops, and you can see that there is a cavity to the one side where you would push it sideways. Yeah. I'll let your 17 carry over. You just realize you have to use your shoulder. The priest, who is this big servant guy, goes, here, let me... There you are. Stupid thing, made the hammer.
Hammer it.
Boop it.
Twist it.
No.
Pull it. You do that. So you have found the secret door. He goes, and Varish says, well, you weren't wrong.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Would you like me to accompany you?
I think that if you do, you might get hurt, sir. I think you've done a lot. And also, if they see your face, you might get into more trouble than it's worth, even if you do survive this.
Understand. I appreciate your thoughtfulness. Perhaps I tell you what I shall do. I will keep anyone else from accessing this entrance until you return.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
And anyone who shows particular intent on it, I will take note of.
Okay.
I do not have supreme authority here. I am not a very high-level priest, but I can exercise what authority I have to give you time. I wish you luck. And he steps back and he says, I will close the way behind you so as not to draw attention to your activities.
Okay.
Varish, Mr. Stonebrew, no matter what happens, if I might give a bit of advice as a foreigner who's only just hearing about some things happening around town, if you can find people like us that you trust 100%, you should keep an eye on this and any other situations and be ready to shelter people who need it. It sounds like stuff is going down. I don't understand it, but it does give me a bad feeling. And I'm from a place that when I have a bad feeling, I tend to trust it.
Smoothie, make a persuasion check.
Okay. 23.
Ooh.
He's rolling very well tonight.
I know, it's bad.
Unless it's intelligence.
Yeah.
It knows.
Yeah.
A 0, to be fair. I think that was our point.
How much to tell you? Varish says, I've had my concerns for a while now. Nothing concrete, nothing. But there is something happening. Something.
There's someone you can trust, and I give the name of the fellow we met, the
Avel.
Avel. He seems like a good fella.
The senior tender, I know of him.
Yeah.
A good man.
I zoned of truth him, and he didn't try to lie once. And I'm in a rush, but yeah, it wasn't.
You carry on. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. You head down the tunnel, I assume.
Correct. Yeah.
Very well. Yeah. So, the tunnel travels for Dreaded GM is raiding.
Whoa!
Big raid. Dreaded GM, thank you so much for the raid, you bloody champion, you.
Getting in
Favorite
on the action.
raid emotes up in chat, everybody. Throw them raid emotes up. If you have a goose raid, let them goose raids honk. Mess with the honk, you get the bonk. Yes, you are joining us as we are heading down into an evil temple. Hopefully.
Ooh.
Or you found something completely different.
Just an orgy, and we're just like, well.
It's the sex cult. You finally found it.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
Yes, close off. Yeah.
Da Crazy Willy. That's an excellent name. Particularly when we mentioned the sex cult. Herogasm. Dapperbore. Thank you for it. We shall slay all of the tech goblins, Dapperbore. Thank you very much. Cool. So yes, thank you for joining us. Da Crazy Willy, thank you for the follow. I've been followed by a Crazy Willy.
My sex.
That is an in-joke, Crazy Willy.
All right,
Yes,
let's get serious in our play
exclamation
pretend
mark
game, all right?
roll 100 exclamation mark roll space 100 in chat. It's our
Come on,
sex
Omi.
cult comrade Robert
Come on.
Tables.
Come on, Obi. I believe in you.
I really want to know what happened in Dread's game now.
Oh,
61's pretty
Dread.
close. We need a 69 for there to be a sex cult. Just FYI.
Oh, no.
Or an out joke. Yeah, they're getting into a closet actually currently. So roll 69. No, that'll just be roll any number between 1 and 69.
Yeah, we might hit jackpot and get 69. 1 in 69 chance.
Who knows?
Jesus.
It may have just blitzed out because you've done it too many times. Never mind. All right, so you carry on down
Yeah,
this
yeah.
tunnel, Dread. I hope you had an excellent
Serious
stream.
stuff
Thank you so
is
much for the raid. Yeah, guys, we are about to. I think my chat has broken. Lynx Mima, hi. Stupid roller doesn't want to play with me anymore. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, we will wait and see if it recovers from being the overloaded that it just was. But thank you so much for the raid, guys. So, you continue on down this tunnel. The tunnel trends southward into the wood of the tree, quite deep. It is pitch black in here as well. It is not lit.
Okay.
It's not lit, fam.
No, not lit at
It's
all.
not.
Okay. At this point, I'm gonna go to
Fish.
the two of you, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
say, do I have your permission? I know some of you aren't so religiously inclined, but I might be able to do something to help here.
Sure.
Hang on.
What are we
You're not
doing?
gonna yell again.
No,
Okay.
that's a good question. To be fair, and I will go up to each of them and
Oh.
poke them both in the eyes, and then once I do, they can see now for 300 feet.
Ow!
I could. Why did you do that?
Look.
Was
Did you see? Could you have seen that before?
yes.
No.
I
Trish, you
could
can't.
not
Trish
have.
can
What
see in
is
the
that?
dark.
I can see in the dark. Why did you poke me?
For 60 feet, right?
I mean, it's a tunnel. There isn't. You can't see more than 30 feet in any direction.
Well, it was worth
It's a
it.
tunnel that's slowly curving down.
You watch me poke myself in the eyes too. It's
Amazing.
it might be worth it.
Trish's having the worst day. Why did you do that?
Well,
Wasn't
be
there an
fair,
easier way of casting that
fair-
spell?
no, this is how it works in my head. There's got to be a sacrifice, that's in all the religious stories, you gotta work for your faith.
When you poke Helvig in the eyes, though, you just poke rock. It probably doesn't hurt
Yeah.
Helvig. Straight up
Yeah.
assault, but did it help?
I mean,
You know how you
it might
instinctively
eventually.
say "ow" when you hit stuff? That's what happened just
Yeah.
then.
Trish, you can see better in the dark. I will say your night vision in
300
it's only
feet,
in
yeah.
shades of grey. Initially, before when it was dark. Now you can see color.
Ooh.
There you
Oh,
go.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
60 feet.
That makes sense.
And
that
then
makes sense.
beyond that, it's shadier. Why didn't Hath warn you, Trish? Hath is not with her. Her Halfling upbringing has failed her.
Now
Yeah.
that's why I asked for consent, because I
Yeah.
knew I was gonna. I had that gag planned.
I love
in
that you
advance.
asked for
I'm like,
consent, but weren't very
You did not
specific about what
explain.
you would do.
What is that about?
Why would
like-
I? It's like a doctor
It's
giving
It's
you
like,
a
hey,
needle.
can I have sex
you
with you? And the
distract
person
them
going,
before
what's
you...
sex? Then you have sex with them.
No,
it's
that
not-
is awful. That is
Yeah.
awful, and
But
you
like,
should
if we're
feel
talking
bad.
about consent, no, you shouldn't do that. Obviously, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey. Team,
Um,
huddle up. Listen,
yeah.
Smoothie,
Yeah.
I can't question your methods so far because you have been. I mean, it's not the way I would have done it, but you got us here. But
Yeah,
I think we should try and be very quiet and subtle.
To be
No.
fair, I didn't want to yell that second time. That was just because our backs were against the wall.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay, let's sneaky for a little bit and don't.
I
poke these guys.
actually, sorry, Trish, I can give you one more blessing, but this one, like, yeah, this one, sorry, and I kick her in the shin. And you've got Vigilant Blessing, so you have advantage on your next initiative roll.
I love
so
Smoothie's
violent.
spellcasting. Yeah, when he heals you, he just punches you in the face.
Yeah.
I cast
The
bless. Wake up!
I think he was leaning into the joke. The eye poke thing is real. The shin was not.
Yes, the roundhouse of healing. The bless of uppercut.
It's like dragon punching. Goddamn.
Yes, when he casts guidance on you, just knees you in the balls.
That's right.
Sets
Okay,
you
that's
on
it.
fire.
That's it. I
alright.
promise. That's it. I promise.
Okay.
What's Vigilant Blessing do?
It gives her advantage on the next initiative roll that she does.
Oh, cool.
Hey, cool.
Just Trish?
Just Trish.
Okay.
Hence why the singular kick in the shin.
Okay. Noted. Yeah,
I
you
think all he
had-
had to do was make contact, but he was nervous and he wanted to make a joke, but it didn't work so well.
And to make a joke, he kicked her in the shin.
like
Yeah.
one of those 14-year-old boys who's like trying to make a girlfriend
Yeah.
for the first time, just like
I like you.
Yeah. I like you, full on suplex.
Hey, Spina, good to see you. Revivify, just choking the person.
Live, damn you, live.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, greater restoration is throwing them into a pit of tar.
Yeah.
All right.
Porcelain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you travel down this tunnel. Now, this tunnel, it remains quite narrow, quite cold, and yeah, you feel like it's going quite deep. Smoothie, the echoes in here, you get a fairly good. Your blind side is going fairly well. You are obviously you guys are trying to be quiet, so I will ask for stealth check.
Okay.
Very deep. Isn't it your bedtime, Spina? It's not that late here. 18 for Helvig, 25 for Trish.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I am
This is
well
where I get
oiled.
fucked. There we go. 8.
And an 8. So Smoothie, clank, 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 clank.
I've been
clank.
rolling so well, it had to happen.
Helvig,
I've been
is-
getting more than 20 consistently.
Helvig,
I knew this was going to happen.
Helvig is trying his level best to be quiet, and for the first time in your knowledge of him, Trish, he is succeeding. It's like, his metal spines now are arranged in such a way that he can deliberately keep them apart. So Helvig sort of puffs himself up a little bit, and all of his spines spread out more.
Oh, yeah.
Which means he doesn't clank as he moves.
Also, I am last again for the same reason as you normal, which is not to stab my friends.
Helvig is in the rear guard. Trish is, I'm going to say, probably the scout, the vanguard. And Smoothie is moving in the middle, making a lot of noise.
I think I'm nervously chittering without noticing.
No.
Just very
Bless
quietly,
him.
but enough.
Yeah, because I need to see.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh shit, I can see. I poked myself in the eyes for a reason.
My eyes hurt. Yeah. So you do that. You head down, and yeah, you're reasonably stealthy. Your occasional chittering Smoothie does allow you to see quite well up ahead and perceive the depth into the tree that you are as well. Like you are heading quite deep in, at least for part of the journey. You travel about 500 feet, tending down and sort of following roughly, you would guess, the curvature of the tree. At about it's a fairly steep decline, and then you come out in you can see a light up ahead, or sort of it's dim, but it is lit up ahead. And you can see. Would you go until you come out into it? There is no corners or edges to still stick your head around. How close to this lit end of the tunnel you can see where it opens up a little bit. How close would you get?
Well, we can see for 300 feet. So can you describe, like...
I mean, well, you can't
is
see
it
for 300 feet.
straightforward?
You are probably...
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Your vision
Yeah.
distance is no more than about 60, 70 feet.
Because of the tunnel context, right? Well, under the circumstances of what we can see as lit stuff, I mean, I'm not in front, so I guess the decision should be made by whoever's in front, right?
Yeah, Trish, how far would you stop away from it? Would you stop? Would you make a perception check at some point to try and determine anything about the place up ahead?
Yeah, I think once I can see the light, maybe walk another 10 feet and then do a perception check, see if I can see any signs of life, signs of movement.
Very well. Go ahead and make me a perception check. 11, Trish.
It's still a bit watery, so...
Yeah. I will give you advantage because your eyesight is very good in this situation. Rain
Come
home.
Come on.
Simone.
Is it that
That's a bit
guy?
better.
It is that guy. Yeah. Father! In what way do I remind you of Douglas Rainholm? Like, back me
Douglas
up here.
Renham of Renham Industries.
Renham, okay. I don't look anything like the guy, Matt Berry. I don't look anything like Matt Berry.
I think he means the father of that person, the one like I think that's the senior. Anyway,
Oh,
I could be wrong.
okay. IT crowd, yeah. I'm familiar with the show. Maybe the dad. I get Jonathan Frakes more. So
Yeah.
yes, so a 15 is pretty good. Trish, you do not see anybody down there. Hey Tony, welcome back. Yeah, you don't see anybody, any movement, anything down there. It is deserted. Smoothie, you could listen if you like.
Okay. Well, do I need to make noise for that?
No, you can.
Okay.
You don't need to make noise to listen.
Right. Just double checking. An 18.
An 18. You also cannot hear any movement down there.
Okay.
Alright. I guess I whisper over
Oh,
my
what
shoulder.
the fuck?
I don't see anything. I think it's safe to keep going.
I don't hear anything either.
I have devil sight. I didn't even totally forgot, but it's fine. I see better. If it's 300 feet, hell yes.
You have.
It's a free feature, so.
Yeah.
Cool. That's lucky.
Hell yeah, come in.
So both of the two of them you did this to could already see. You were the only blind one.
Stand by my
I
choices.
was checking if I had the magic sight version, but I have the superior dark vision, so it's fine. It's totally good.
300 is more than 120.
It's true.
There.
Mathematically.
So
And I can also see through magical garbage.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. You head down. You find yourself in a larger chamber. This you would feel now is probably in the bark, or at least part of it you can see is in the bark. The light is provided by a trio of torches. Not nearly enough to effectively light this area, an area this large. It is at least, it's 50-ish feet long and has a door at the far end. It also has 3 other passageways leading off it into in other directions, one down and another 2 up, that look like they would go to other places in the tree.
Further in?
In other directions, basically other entrances to this place. But at the far end, you can see a door. And it's not ornate, but care has been made in its creation.
Oh, what now, Trish?
Well, I'm gonna look at this door.
Yeah,
Because usually the
makes sense to me.
hardest path is the one to go down. I try the door handle, see if it's locked.
It is not.
Oh, okay. I open the door.
Just like that. Okay.
Yeah, why would they
Heavily.
fucking check for anything?
Yeah. There was nobody in here. Why would there be people beyond the door? You open the door.
Also, yeah.
Honestly, I was planning to walk in and say, "Hey, can you leave anyway?" So
Sure,
that
cool.
it works out fine.
Why would they trap their own place?
No, exactly. Why would they do that? Sure.
Uh-oh.
I cast Death Ward. I'm kidding. I don't have this.
Immediately.
Possibly not a bad idea.
Hell yeah. We did say we were gonna die, so Derek could buy a ticket.
You
There you
enter this. You go in through the door. You find yourself in a chapel. It is in the bark. It is obvious which is obvious because there is a window, not a very big one. It's actually quite a small one, but it is of a similar style and quality to the windows up above in the temple upstairs. It is a leaf window. But it's not very big and it doesn't let in any light at this time of night. The door leads out at the end of the aisle and to the right. So as you come in, you turn right, looking up the aisle towards the altar. The altar itself is the only really ornate thing in the room. It is a carved situation with the legs looking like the arms of birdfolk holding up a slab of black marble. So like 4 arms, each one at each corner holding up the marble, the top. The rest of the furnishings seem to have been grown or carved from the bark, and the window is, leaf matter. Rather than glass. So the light in here would be dappled were it daytime, but it is not. The whole thing would sit no more than 20 people, and it's really not fancy except for the altar. There is only one other exit that you can see at the far end, behind the altar to the left. There is a door. Standing at the altar, you see a robed, hooded figure. They are smaller, only about 4 foot tall, and dusting the seats are a couple more of them. Both of these two are in similar robes, though these are simpler, and their heads are bare, not hooded. All 3 are birdfolk. The dusters are a pair of juvenile strig with the look of siblings, a boy and a girl. As you enter, the figure at the altar turns. Well, they all sort of, look up, but the figure at the altar turns as you enter. You do.
Hi. How's it going?
Oh my god.
The figure sort of, you can make out because your eyesight's very good in the dark, and it is pretty dark in here.
You're welcome.
The figure frowns and says, "Converts?"
No.
Oh.
I did doubt it.
Yeah. So, am I speaking to the head priest? Who am I speaking to?
I am Fell.
I think to look out behind us just in case that's what I'm doing.
That wasn't my question, sir.
I am Fell. Why are you here?
Is there someone who is of higher authority that I can speak to, or are you the head honcho, sir?
You have no need to speak with anyone.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll speak to you and you can pass on the message. It's done. You people have committed a crime against the Night Father. And I am here to escort you out so that you can live your lives properly in the light of his moon. I don't want trouble. All I want is for this to go as smoothly as possible. But make no mistake, I don't give more than one chance at a time.
You say you do not wish trouble, yet you come here profaning our beliefs. You claim to speak for the Night Father, then you would not be here in opposition to us. We are his true faithful.
I believe that you believe that. And I believe that that is something you should take up with your therapist. Now, I'm not going to ask again. Get your people and your children and start moving, please. And this is a request.
And what would you do once we go?
Do you want to know the answer to that? Because this seems to matter to you. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yes, my faith is of great importance to me, child. What do you plan to do?
Tyton has ordered that this place be burned down.
And then we must put a stop to you. Please roll initiative.
Oh, it's murder time. Let's kill some kids.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. You've got
That was
advantage.
Good, Jack. That was good.
Good, thank you. I needed it on that roll.
Smoothie.
Thank you, Josh. Good enough for inspiration? No.
Oh my
We'll
goodness.
see.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we have a Helvig. We have a Trish.
God, my heart's beating so far.
Ah, it was good. I was just like, oh. Fell is a cool one. Alrighty, Smoothie. 13 for Smoothie. Trish gets a 16.
13 for me, yeah.
Helvig got an 8.
Yup.
Alrighty.
Bam.
Let's see. Ooh. An 18 for Fell. And a 7 for his acolytes.
Oh, the kids.
Yeah, can I ask a question? How old do they look? Like in human
Mid-teens.
Mid-teen. Oh no.
I'm gonna load the
Fuck.
new
Yeah.
thing that I have, which is a shotgun
Oh,
in this body.
you got the boomstick.
Boomstick upgrade.
Yeah, cool. So this raptor, for a raptor, he swoops off the altar, Smoothie, and is going to fly towards you. The altar is slightly raised, and he is going to he sort of gets about halfway across the temple. It's only about 30 feet long, yes, he, as he does so, pulls out a pair of daggers. However, Smoothie, he is not going to utilize them. He pulls out one dagger, but he reaches out for you, and he is going to touch. At least
Gotcha.
attempt to. Ooh, a 22 to hit. A 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Then he does inflict wounds on you.
Okay.
Oh, my Amarantha.
And yes, you are going to take, I believe it is 3d10.
Yeah. Unless he casts it at a higher level.
I mean, he could have, but he didn't. He's building up to it. Oof. Yeah. So that is 20. 20 points of necrotic damage, Smoothie.
Okay. That hurt.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah.
And he gestures for the other two to, in fact, he as his bonus action, and I know it's not technically possible, but he casts Thaumaturgy and says, "To arms, brothers." And the other two, the acolytes, sort of look at each other and then draw a pair of pretty nasty knives their own selves. And we go to Trish with Smoothie on deck.
Okay. I'm going to go into a barbarian rage.
Kill
Oh, hell yeah.
please.
Go off.
Yeah, girl.
I'm going to ignore the priest for the moment and do something possibly silly. I'm going to
Murder the kids.
Oh no! Oh no!
No.
I had a thing I was gonna do.
Oh well.
I'm going to run towards the children as fast as I can, looking as scary as I can, and just say, "Flee while you can!"
Ooh,
Interesting.
very interesting.
I like that.
All right, Trish, that'd be intimidation. I will give you advantage.
Thank you. Oh, baby!
Oh, baby.
What was it?
It's a
Nat
nat 20.
20. 23.
Good. Saves me some spell slots.
I mean, it is a skill check, but yeah, one of them did quite well to resist, but the other one did not. The one you are running towards, Trish, there is a boy and a girl. Which one did you run at? They're on
Who was
opposite
closer?
sides of the room. Let's arbitrarily say the boy.
All right, the boy.
Yep. All right. So the boy definitely sort of sees you coming, and it's it's not his turn yet, but you get the distinct vibe that he gonna run. In fact, if you guys are happy with it, I will have him run now. Fuke
go for it.
Enterprises, thank you very much for the follow. Yes. So Acolyte Boy turns tail and sort of pelts away from you. He is going to. You have frightened him.
Good.
He is now mechanically frightened. That would be your action, but I'm happy for that to be your action. That's very cool. You get about halfway up the fane. He is now running away from you. He gets to the door at the back and goes through it.
Good.
But his sister seems made of sterner stuff, and she looks at him. You can see her going she quails a bit, but looks at her brother weak.
Oh my god.
Smoothie.
Okay. Well, I am going to take it and kind of take that necrotic damage as it kind of burns part of my fur. I'm gonna. Yeah, I had one morning, and that was it. And I'm gonna cast sleep, and I'm going to attempt to put the other person to sleep.
Oh.
I'm going to cast it at 3rd level.
Oh.
So that is 98.
Ow.
Oh, roll well.
That's why I'm giving extra dice in case I don't.
98 is a lot.
47.
47. Now, what's the radius on it? Are you trying to get the fell and the
90
other?
feet is the
90?
radius.
Gosh.
It starts with the lowest health person.
90 feet, 20-foot radius. I'll read the spell verbatim.
Oh, right. 20 feet
Creatures
radius.
within
It
20
was the
feet
radius
of a
that I was
point.
looking
Right.
for.
Yeah.
So are you trying to get Fell and the other acolyte? Yes.
Ideally, but if
Yeah.
that's not possible, then
Definitely
just
is.
the other acolyte.
Definitely is. Are you careful to not get yourself in it?
Ideally.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Brilliant. Yeah. The other, you just hear her. Some gift subs.
Gift bomb.
Whoa!
Duke Enterprises gives
Hell
us
yes.
a sub to Creative Garden and Thamior and
Wow.
Spina as
Spina.
well. Thank you so much for the gift sub. Amazing.
Hey!
Yes.
Bloody legend, you. Wow. Well, in honor of that, Duke Enterprises, I will allow you to gift a D6 to one of our players. You get a free D6 to gift.
All right.
Smoothie, the
Yeah.
acolyte collapses. The one that just witnessed weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
as she
just
goes
drops to the
down,
ground.
I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna stand still and go, see that? That's
Oh
his,
my God.
That's his power. I'm giving you a chance here.
Ooh.
Yes, King, go off.
Duke Enterprises. I guess I would say you could give it to the DM. Why not? That sounds fair.
No.
Oh no!
It's your money.
You know what, Fugue Enterprises? I'm going to take that and do something different with it. But thank you very much. Good on you, champion. So, very cool. I like it. Yeah. Helvig, it is you. Both of the acolytes are out. For good or bad.
Oh, no,
Damn,
no.
son.
Okay, I'll just stick with cantrips, because maybe then it won't murder rate my magic.
You have killed Smoothie.
Eldritch
To
Blast!
support the red shirt. Pew pew pew! You are shooting Fell, I assume.
Yes.
Very well.
Sleeping. in the
So
sleep.
yeah, the church is about 30 feet. It's a 30-foot square. Let's say that it's relatively easy. And he is Smoothie. I would say was at the center at one end of it. So that's where the fight is happening. Helvig, where are you in relation to it? Trish sort of bounded over some chairs to get to this kid. Where
Somewhere
are you?
where I could see all of the
corner?
Probably like because somewhere where I can see all the entrances because I was looking out.
Well, if you were at the door, basically the doorway you all came through, that would be the best place to see everything. Yep.
Then I'm there.
You Eldritch Blast then. Roll that attack.
I got 2 of these.
Yeah, you do. A 26 does hit, yes, well done. And a 24, fucking oath. Yeah, 2 hits. On Fell. Good job.
So 23 total.
23.
A couple of the Helvesite tattoo looking things kind of like raise up slightly and like out vents a couple of firefly looking balls, but they just kind of like momentarily fall before they gain traction by they basically look like fantasy missiles. They like launch themselves towards Fell.
I'm
They just, like,
imagining the
thunk
Iron
and then
Man, the little the bunker buster Iron Man. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's but they're better than that. Because that was shit. But yes, cool, love it. This bust the bunker under the bunker. These smack into the side of him, and he hisses in pain. But it seems almost like he good.
And the fireflies, they kind of like after they impact, they kind of return, and then it's like, oh, that guy's weird.
Okay, cool. Splendid. So, thank you very much,
No worry.
the crazy Willy. Right. We go back to the top of the order then, I think. Unless you have anything else, Helvig?
No.
All right. Smoothie.
Still scared of losing my magic.
He sort of grits his teeth and smiles back at you, and he says, "The Night Father blesses all his children." And he casts sleep on you.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're just gonna sleep, people.
Let's just sleep each other. He's
Anyone
like,
have counterspell? I've got 17 hit points. All right.
might not be a bad idea. Is it D8s? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, 5d8s.
Yeah, he is going to try and get you and Helvig, but I doubt he's going to be able to do it. That's 10. Oof, that's 21.
Yep. Down I go.
But that's all he got.
Look at
And yeah.
Slap the bitch away.
Smoothie falls asleep. And he throws one of his daggers at Helvig.
Oh.
With his bonus action. Yeah, Helvig, it's probably not gonna hit, but there we go. Oh, 19 on the dice.
It's lower now.
19 on the
that'll hit
dice.
me.
Probably would have hit anyway because there's a +5. +6, so 25. That would have hit anyway.
Yeah, that would have hit.
Cool. For a total of 1d4. So 5 piercing damage and 1d6. Now, Helvig, are you immune to poison?
I am not. I am resistant to it.
You take half of the 6 points of poison damage that this dagger would do. Helvig, as it hits you, it sort of digs in. I would say probably ricochets off you, but there is a nasty gash on on some of the stonework on the front of you. And you see on the dagger on the ground, there is like a little, like a line down the center of the blade, which has got, it's like a reservoir for conducting poison down the blade to coat itself. Yeah. It looks nasty. Next is Trish. Now, Trish, you didn't attack anybody or take any damage in that turn. So your rage ends.
You have to use another one.
You're going to have to rage again.
I'm not used to being a barbarian. That's fine. Still new. I'm still new at rage. All right, I use my bonus action to re-rage. And I'm gonna
Re-rage.
re-up my anger because I just saw him put my new buddy to sleep and poison my old buddy. Not a happy girl. Re-raging. And I'm gonna run up to him with my Ember Lance and stab him.
Stab him.
Stab!
17 hits.
Good. Oh, he's not flanked, is he? Because
Well, no, but he
No,
doesn't
because
need
of
to
the
be.
Smithy
He doesn't need to be because you're a swashbuckly rogue.
So
Give
I
you some
sneak
advantage.
You
anyway.
get the sneak attack.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah. Damage. More damage.
More damage.
Boom, boom. And then I.
Yeah, the ambulance does D8s, I think, not D4s. Does D8s, not D6s.
I
reasonably
don't have it
sure.
on my thingamajig.
That's yeah. Sorry, I didn't actually do it for you. Yeah, roll a D8.
Roll a
It's a
D8.
D8 plus 4, not a D6 plus.
Boom.
Boom.
7.
Oh.
So 24. Plus your rage damage as well. The Ember Lance lights up as your rage enhances it, and you do an extra 5. So 29 points of raging fire damage. The so Smoothie, you don't see this, unfortunately, you're asleep. But yeah, the flames flicker along the blade of the Ember Lance as she brings it down, and yeah, Trish, I'm gonna say you take his wing off.
Oh! Sick!
You take off his left wing, just clean up the shoulder, and he roars in pain. Yeah, Trish, he did not enjoy that experience at
Isn't
all.
that his arm as well?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's holding his other dagger, and it drops to the ground.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And he screams in pain. Yeah, Helvig, what do you do? It's Helvig's turn.
Am I within... Fuck. How close am I to
You're about 10
Smoothie?
feet to Smoothie.
Oh, I will do that. I will spend my whole turn waking him up.
Yep, sure. You go over to Smoothie and smack him awake. Mechanically, I think you need to do a single point of damage, but I just say you just wake him up.
Yeah, I think if I use my action, I can.
No. All right, you do that.
I still use my bonus action anyway. Oh god, Fireflies, I'm so sorry, dude. So sorry. I will use 4 of the 7d6s I have for healing.
To heal
my...
Smoothie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 7 because I rolled like garbage, but there you go.
Okay, wow.
7 better.
Yeah,
than
2
you.
1s, a 2 and a 3. That is rough.
Yeah.
Very well. You do that. We go back to the top of the order. It is Fell again.
I also moved back because it's 10 feet, so 15 feet back.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Fell, Trish, Fell looks at you, goes, well played. But you shall see Tyton is with me. And he runs back up towards the altar. He bends down as he goes and picks up his own arm, and runs away back up towards the altar.
Oh,
Trish,
God
he
damn
does
it.
not disengage.
Oh, opportunity attack.
I figured that, yes.
Hit him with my sword. No, with my Ember Lance.
Yeah. 20, nat 20. Trish.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah. You take off his leg. You take off one of his legs.
My god.
And yeah, or at least you stagger it really badly, and he staggers up towards he collapses to the ground, but he drags himself to this altar and then props himself up against it. He is with me, takes his dagger and stabs himself in the stomach, and then wrenches the blade across.
Can I try
Oh
something?
my
Can I
God.
try something weird? Because I'm awake now.
Yeah, you are on the
Technic-
ground, but yes.
I know, but like I know that I'm technically ruining your fun by potentially doing this, but technically he's making an attack roll by doing that, correct?
Not really, but
No?
yeah, I guess.
It's up to you. You tell me. Because
I would say
if
no.
So, because I've invoked
it's
Amaranthine and I've got a 5.
it is a specifically it is an ability that this NPC has. So it's not an attack. It is
I see.
yeah. It's actually
Fatality.
more of a spell he's doing, but it's not a spell either.
Gotcha.
And yeah, he has he seppukus himself.
Great.
And then he reaches in with his one good hand and pulls out some of his own guts. And then his eyes flutter closed as he sort of spreads them on the ground in front of himself.
Amazing. This will only end well.
And he is smiling.
I don't like that. I don't like any of that.
Mm-hmm.
There you are. We're out of combat. You have an acolyte who has got about, 40 seconds of sleep still on him. What do you do?
Okay. I suppose I'll rush up to this guy and see what I probably already confirmed, but I didn't want it to go this way. That's why I didn't respond back with the thing. So
Yeah.
I think he'll probably waste, even if he knows better, a first level healing word just to try and see if he responds. But
You want to bring him back?
I don't want people to die
Very well.
necessarily.
Okay.
If it comes down that way, that's a
yeah.
different thing. But this
Smoothie,
isn't what
when
he
you
wanted.
get there, I will tell you, healing word won't cut it. Like, healing word does a small amount of damage. You would have to burn quite a lot of magic to get this person back to not bleeding out. He critted himself, and Trish cut him up. Like, he is down a leg and an arm, and most of his intestinal tract.
Okay.
Is he dead?
He did. He is dead.
Yeah, well then that doesn't matter what I cast, which
Yeah.
I already knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Smoothie, examining this corpse, please make me a religion check.
oh yeah, no, +1.
Anybody else? Trish,
16.
Trish Helvig, you may not know the exact mechanics of the spell, but you'll be aware that putting someone to sleep magically doesn't last very long normally.
Yeah, I might.
You've
Just
seen
in time
Nevermore do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tie her up.
Tie him up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
tire
keep
him
a
up.
lookout for some weird bullshit shenanigans.
A 16 on your religion check.
As this is happening, before you explain that, the next instinct would be to cast Spare the Dying, just to make sure he doesn't do any necromantic bullshit.
Right. Yes. Cool. Your religion check. Just find my description. Yeah. You can see
work.
that you're looking at his intestines.
Yeah.
Like just looking down at the body, they are arranged oddly specifically.
Great.
It's not something that you don't recognize it, but you feel like it was deliberate. A, the removal, obviously, but B, the actual positioning of them.
Uh-huh.
Can you
Does
make
it
me a
look like
wisdom save, please?
Wisdom save. Okay. 21.
You hear in your head a single word as you look at it. You hear Menzeloth. Very faintly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just when you recognize that shape, you hear that word just once.
I don't know what that means. I'm assuming Smoothie doesn't either.
No, not with a 16.
No. Okay. I don't think he would verbalize this right now. He's more feeling guilty that it went down this way. So I'm just going to cast Thaumaturgy.
Sure.
And go, anyone else in the building, I recommend leaving. As I cast Moonbeam on the corpse until it is ashes.
Love it. Trish, you tie up the body. The acolyte. Helvig, you are keeping a watch.
Mm-hmm.
Trish, yeah. I would say you tie her up and she stirs. Would you do anything? Or are you gagging her?
She doesn't need to be gagged.
No, alright.
Yeah.
She sort of, her eyes flutter open, she takes in her situation, her surroundings, goes, ah! What now?
You're gonna be taken to the authorities, I guess. You might be probably too young to go to prison, but where are your parents?
Why do you think I'm here? My parents signed me up.
Got a couple of duds, did ya? That's a shame. But not your fault.
They are the faithful. We all are. You will see. You will see. Guys, can you please make me a perception? Well, here, you can
Willie,
choose.
I didn't melt a kid's corpse. This is the head priest,
An adult.
dude.
Was it
Yeah.
adult?
This is a head priest who did necromantic bullshit with his guts.
Yeah.
So,
So this is standard demon hunter shit. Look up
Yep.
any episode of Supernatural, motherfucker.
Yeah. So, make an either religion, perception, or insight. Regardless, depends on which one. Yeah, whichever you fancy. Religion, perception, or insight. Dean approves.
God.
Even though it's shit,
7.
I will roll with perception because that's what I've been doing this whole time.
Very well.
I'll go with insight. then.
14.
14 as well.
14 as well. Okay, Trish, yeah, you are talking to this girl. Your back is to the thing. Smoothie, Helvig. Smoothie, you are just preparing to cast Moonbeam. Helvig is keeping his eyes on a swivel. At the edges of your perception, you feel a tugging. You turn to face the source, or in Smoothie's case, you are looking at it. The body at the altar. As you look, the world around it seems to warp and twist. The corpse expands and writhes, the dark cloak seeming to envelop the whole thing, which bends up onto a pair of clawed feet. It's almost like sort of the legs come to a standing position and then the torso sort of raises up.
Okay.
The figure is vaguely birdfolk, but its features are lost in shadows which seem to adhere to it, as though the light itself fears this creature. A pair of bright yellow eyes gleam in its face and survey you with amusement. The line of its beak glints like moonlight off a pond, twists into a smile. It says, "Don't worry, little one. Grandfather is here. My master won't be very happy with you at all." And I think we'll leave it there.
Good.
I'm guessing
I didn't
that
want to deal with that
moonbeam
anyway.
that moonbeam didn't go off. So
It didn't have
spell slot back.
Didn't have a chance. No, I'm afraid not. Yes, put the spell slot back. I will say, if you like, you had prepared, like you were ready to cast it. So prior to rolling initiative, which you were about to do, I will let you do that.
Just remind me next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if you fancy. But yeah, it was her sort of waking up. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Thank you very much for playing with me. I hope everybody enjoyed my slight body horror. Content warning. I did put a content warning. For the guts pulling out, basically. I was like, that's gorier than I normally go. Yeah. So, I suppose we should probably do our favourite moments, everybody.
Yeah.
Epic episode. Loved it. Arch, Craig, Dursleth, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Chat.
That's one of my players from one of my professional games.
I see. Yes. Well, chat, what we are going to do now is our favourite moments, which is something we have borrowed from the Dreaded GM. So it's kind of appropriate that he rated us because it's something Dread does too, and I absolutely hecking love it. We go around the circle and tell each other how good we were because being a creative is difficult and it's hard to identify where you did well. And it's kind of nice and affirming and lovely. So if you have favourite moments as well, please chuck them up in chat. We love to see what you think. I'm really enjoying it because now, so Katie Wolfsbane is working her way through our backlog on YouTube and is putting up her favourite moments in the comments on YouTube, which is really lovely. So yeah, it's very welcome there too. If you are watching this after the fact on YouTube, we heckin' love it. Bring it on. So who should we talk about first, everyone? I want to talk about Rach. I want to talk about Trish.
Okay.
Trish had some doozies this evening. I'm going to go straight in with the conversation with Havel. And because we were both under Zone of Truth, so we were both obliged to tell the truth to each other about it. And my favorite particular moment was accepting the hug.
Oh, that was so cute.
Saying like, we disagree about this person, but we still like each other.
Yeah, that was nice. Like, that was a horrible conversation. Let's hug it out. We're good. Yeah, it was nice.
Dan? Jack?
I mean, my favorite...
There was so many.
I gotta say this scare the kids tactic.
That was cool.
Solid work, yeah.
Yeah, to open it. It was really cool. And the dice thought so too, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm gonna take the hug moment as well, but it could just be me projecting, but it's like specifically because when Rachel was like accepting the hug, it didn't look like a for lack of a better word, a passionate embrace like you might give like a relative or something like that. Like they were clearly close, but to me, it kind of looked like, obviously it was just like Rachel doing her rounds, so I'm probably projecting, but it looked to me, it was like a very kind of like, yep, get on you. Like, you know, like tapping on the shoulder sort of thing.
We good, friend, we good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not super close, but they've been through some time together. Yeah. Omi says, favorite Trish, her pure contempt for Eric. Bishop Blood, Trish getting her eyes jabbed out. And the Crazy Willie said, like I said, this was the most entertaining D&D stream ever, which is a heck of a call, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much to Crazy Willie. Yeah, awesome. Amazing. Rach, favorite self moment?
I think the favorite that I have that hasn't been said already is just me talking shit and holding a grudge about the teleportation thing. Because for those who missed it, we were meant to be sent to the plane of fire. They sent us to the plane of water, which is underwater. So we all just almost immediately died because they got some numbers wrong. And I'm not going to let that go, all right? I almost died.
As you should not.
I don't think you should let it go, to be honest.
I never will.
Valid. I love Trish shitting on magic. Yeah, Bishop Blood, Trish just opening the door. It was like, you're not going to listen to... Okay, sure, you've stealthed, why not? Fuck it. Yeah, excellent. Oh, we've lost Jack. I'm sure he'll be back. The fact that Josh is Douglas Renham. I mean, look. I'm not Douglas Renham. Alrighty, well, let's talk about Dan, seeing as we've lost Jack. I'm sure he'll be back.
It is me.
Favorite Helvig moments, or Dan moments, whichever you favor.
I really liked the description of your Eldritch Blast because we don't have art for Helvig yet, so it's hard to like picture a Warforged hedge in my mind, but the description of the tattoos and the fireflies when you do that spell was so cool and really helped me visualize it. I loved it.
I love it, yes. Helvig's Firefly ICBMs. Sparhawk Games, thank you so much for the raid, you bloody champions. Big raids tonight. Guys, thank you so much for raiding. We are currently missing a player. We are just doing our favorite moments, which is what we do to wind down at the end of our streams, where we share our favorite bits from the stream and what we tell each other what we did well, because it's a good thing to do. It's nice and it's affirming, and we do it. We like it. Thank you for the follow, Sparhawk Games, as well. What were you doing? Lemming, let me shout you out and find out at Sparhawk Games. They were playing Dungeons and Dragons. How freaking appropriate! Splendid. Well, I hope you had a great game. Tell me what happened. What went on? I need to go and check you out. Yes, guys. Please head on over to Sparhawk Games and chuck them a sneaky follow. I am sure they're excellent people. I do not know them, but I hope to soon, one day, and for the rest of my life. Favorite Dan moments. Rach has told us the ICBMs. I agree completely. I really like Dan's restraint in this game. Dan is an incredible role player, and we're not surprised by it at all. But Dan has, it's like, I've got my, I know where my place is. I liked your recap. But yeah, it's sort of like, oh, we could go now. And just, here he is. Here's Jack.
Sorry.
No, it's all good, mate. I'll just
go back here. Oh, God.
Yeah, we're on Dan. We've talked about his Eldritch Blast missiles. We've had a raid as well. Sparhawk Games has joined us. And yes, we are just talking about Dan. I'm trying to sort of narrow it down to a very specific thing. Okay, here you go. Here's what it is. Helvig taking in his stride people's reaction to him for the first time. It's sort of, this is like the AVM. Weird magic shit is not out of place nearly as much, but a metal hedge is just something that no one's ever heard of before. And wandering around the streets of Alderheart, he gets a lot of looks. And yes, Omi, the brief handshake with Havel, like Havel basically watched Helvig die, and now he's back, which is bittersweet for him personally, since his partner died in the same incident that killed him to start. Yeah, I mean, Havel didn't witness it, but yeah, the last time Havel saw Helvig was the last time he also saw Tevor.
Yeah.
And that's really rough. So yeah, that was a really, really cool and really well played moment. Because it was a while ago for Dan. So yeah, I think you played off that really, really well. Didn't pay his Netflix bill. Yeah. Yeah. Jack has frozen again. Oh no, there he is. There he is. Yep.
He's struggling to maintain his sense of reality.
It's I am gonna turn this off. And that will make me smaller, but that will hopefully help. So yes, sorry about that. Yes, Dan stuff. Sorry, I had a bit of a panic attack reconnecting internet.
Problemo.
Honestly, just the whole Helvig's whole attitude is really fun. I know it's a bit of a cop-out answer, but it was really nice, just kind of bouncing ideas off of him when we were investigating stuff, and I look forward to learning more about him. It's a lot of this stuff is new to my character and to me, and when I get to know your character better, I'll be able to be like, oh, I noticed this and all that stuff. But yes, sorry, bit of a panic attack. Thank you for your
no, that's right. I did see your question earlier, Crazy Willy. We stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and quite often Thursday as well. We are looking at more programming in the future, but right now 4 is all I can maintain. So tomorrow night I will be doing my Tactics Tuesday, where I am basically building a new D&D system for BattleTech, for the BattleTech universe, for mech combat. And I'm going to be heavily modifying 5e is the current plan. And building basically a whole other system in which to do the mech combat side of things. Then Wednesday night we have our returning special guest DM, Tony Karlstrom, who is a Swedish local, does not stream normally, but he is a viewer on our channel, and he offered, and I was like, heck yeah, let's do that. And we will be playing Mutant Chronicles rather than D&D, which is really cool. Very fun system. I mean, it's a mystery, a murder mystery set on Mars. It's very cool. It was originally supposed to be a one-shot, but it's been a 3-shot, and that's fine. And then I don't think we've got anything planned for this Thursday, though Karen and I may do something. And quite possibly a game of Last Shooting, actually. because I've wanted to play that game with her. And then yes, this crew will be back Monday night. Same bat time, same bat channel, 7 p.m. AWST, for more Humblewood. So yes, Dan, favorite self moment.
My favorite self moment, I think, is gonna be like unheard, unseen, unheard. Is me like navigating, because we did all this stuff on like who Helvig is now last week, but still being like, yes, time to weave it into the continuity of the game. So yeah, it did show a lot of restraint, because he's still in the perspective that his magic is fading away. He's still trying to get a grip that it's like he doesn't need anybody else.
Yeah, I love the things returning, the fireflies returning back to him. Yeah, very cool. Alrighty, well, we've got a couple of favorite smoothies straight off the bat. Omi says, again with the Havel scene, Smoothie is on the clock and pretty much burned what little spare time on his entry and getting to the defenders. Now he has no time to fuck about. So hell yeah, he dropped the Zone of Truth because he needs this done now. Smoothie getting straight to the point with the priest, and Havel Bishop Blood agrees. So favorite Smoothie moments, guys, what do we reckon? I've gone first the last couple of times. I'll let somebody else say.
I foresaw this coming, but how Smoothie handled the Tyton debate, basically, was still very firm and didn't like really wanted to, make any concessions by any means. It was like, I'm giving you a chance to leave. If you're not gonna take it, then it's ultimatum. It wasn't much of a debate. It was an ultimatum.
Dragoness Nia says, "Hey, I just went around and stayed for the chapel scene. Nice game, was fun. Thanks very much, Dragoness."
Oh yeah.
Hope to see you back.
There will be more. That was only the first part of the chapel fight. Yes, I thought Smoothie handled himself extremely well today. Generally, I think Jack is playing the on the clock thing really well. That's really interesting. And my personal favorite moment was casting sleep. And like, this is my god, this is his power. Is a really cool way to go with him. Like, let me impress upon you how important and how like my god is with me because I can do this shit. That was very cool. Rach?
I liked after we talked with Havel and we left, and you telling me about how basically kind of comparing Strahd to someone I already don't like, and I'm like, I couldn't tell if it was just Smoothie being pals with me or Smoothie trying to get me more on side than I already was. Like, he's bad and we need to get rid of him. Like, in case you didn't already buy in, he's the worst. And I really liked it. It was really well motivated and cool.
The intent was to kind of mostly just to kind of affirm that like he didn't witness this, but from what he's hearing, which is obviously secondhand, your instincts don't seem wrong. And just because they were impassioned doesn't mean it was the right choice. That there is right and wrong, and that was a wrong choice.
I want to be clear for...
Yeah, we get
You don't have to defend the man. You don't have to defend the man.
I'm not, but not all of our audience has seen the episode in question. This did happen on stream, and in fairness to Eric, Trish did slightly misrepresent what actually happened. She believed what she said, which is why the Zone of Truth didn't go, hang on, no, you can't say that. But there was first of all, he only killed one person, not several. And secondly, he did provide a reason, it just wasn't a particularly good one. And from Trish's perspective, he was just dead set wrong and shouldn't have done it. The guy looked to Eric. Eric's excuse was he looked like he was going to run. Trish did not see that, and the guy didn't run, which means you don't get to kill him until they do, you know? That's her logic, that's her argument. And yeah, that was like one of the worst days in her life anyway. I'm just wanting to be
I wasn't
for
there.
clarity with from what Smoothie has heard, this guy is it's bad, and Kesh probably shouldn't be hanging out with him.
Yeah.
And what's
Yeah.
fun is Eric wouldn't disagree with you.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If you actually asked him, like if he asked him to go deeper, like Smoothie's plan is to attempt to redeem everyone he comes across. It's why he didn't like strike back. He's saying like, okay, man, like this is it. Like, and the same will come to Strahd unless he rapidly changes over the adventure, which can happen. But that his intent is to redeem people. He wants to give them a chance. So if you met Eric, he'd be like, you fucked up. You know you did. If you're going to deny it to me, I'm not going to believe you for a damn second, and you need to go get some truths with yourself. But it doesn't mean that you can't be redeemed. That's how Smoothie works.
Love his naivety. It was a very powerful. I almost felt like Smoothie was playing. He was playing. He was like pretending. He was like, this is how a priest would do this. This is how a priest of Tyton would do this. This is how Grandad. This is how Biggin would do this.
Yes,
he was definitely putting on Biggin shoes for that speech to the chapel.
Too many people have died.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to add to the body pile if he doesn't have to.
And he didn't kill Fel. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, splendid. Jack, favorite self moment?
Gosh. Yeah, no, it had, I think it was the entrance into the church.
Very strong.
I was real nervous, but Smoothie wasn't. So I was just like, okay, down the barrel.
Yeah, no, that was a good argument. I had my fight or flight was going as well.
Yeah. It was very like I thought about it for a while. I'm like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna like other characters might just attack? They wouldn't even have this conversation. Is he gonna forgive them no matter what? There's a real hard, difficult line because we are playing a game and you don't want to be useless to your teammates. You're just like, I'm just not gonna contribute. When
sleep is such a good spell for that as well. Bishop Blood says he couldn't elaborate because of fire elemental reasons. Yeah, there is that as well. Hey, Castellan, good on you. Good to see you. Take me to church. That is the reference. Take me to evil church is the title of the episode. As Bishop Blood points out, also Eric did have a reason. And this is, again, not defending. It's just to be clear for the audience who don't know. Eric's reason for doing it is because someone just killed his fire elemental. He's a wildfire druid. He was under the impression that his wildfire elemental spirit was dead. And so he was feeling a little vengeful at the time.
Yep.
So
understandable.
But I am still unsure as to the why he didn't explain. Because he could have explained Trish, but it's so much more interesting that he didn't.
It's more interesting that he didn't.
Yeah.
It's a more human, and you know what I mean by that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Anyway, to sum up, that was really nerve-wracking, but again, Josh, you're a great team partner, and it was real fun to play. That's the closest Smoothie's ever going to get to badass. He's not a badass dude.
It's very cool.
But he does have that kind of I'm not debating with you. This is what it is.
It completely fucks my I'd written down an entry and then he just straight up attacked you. But you went such a way I did not expect that I was just like, I'm gonna have to talk this out with him. He's being far too reasonable.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Oh no, Bishop Blood, absolutely. I'm Team Eric, but I know I'm unusual in this. I think Brendan is Team Eric.
I support Eric's murderous tendencies. So I don't know. I'm in the third team.
Right. You're Team Murder, Eric.
I don't
not Eric Murder.
Yeah.
Also Team Dark Lord.
Team Dark Lord.
Alrighty. Well, we've been streaming for a good long while, so we should go away from here now.
Moment is the cathedral description. That was gorgeous.
Thank you.
Especially the natural way to incorporate typical imagery we associate with cathedrals, like stained glass.
Thank you.
My favorite was it a servant the priest we met?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dear
he
folk.
was Varish, that was his name. He was really neat. And it had nothing to do with anything. If I got stabbed in the back for trusting him, I would have taken it on the chin. But the fact he turned out to be a dude who's just like, yeah, good advice. I'm not going to go down there where I can get spotted and assassinated. Thank you for the heads up. But I will do what I can from here. And he seemed like a really good guy to have in your corner. If nothing else, go ahead.
There were 3 options.
Okay.
You got the good one.
Oh, good.
Yes. I forget who it was who rolled for us, but Zeren, something like that. The one that begins with X that I can't pronounce, rolled for us, and yes, you are lucky. Number 3, like number 2 was meh, and number 3 was oh no. It's not the one you want. Hey, Phoenix, good to see you.
Gotcha.
Favorite DM, all the deepest lore. I know exactly what's going on, and I'm loving it. Excellent. Glad you do.
I had sleep ready in case he turned out to be a prick. But as it turns out, it was just really nice. It was a equal combination of like survivable,
Zedran, yeah.
But like also I'm here to help. That was like, it felt like a very real character to me.
So Henwin is all about balance, and what you implied was a distinct disturbance of balance, and he would have been the reason he is aware of the sort of the negative feelings in the wood is because that's what he is sort of all about. He's in tune to the vibe, essentially, of the city he's in. So, yeah.
Oh no, to be an empath right now would suck.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite Josh things, I have many, but one I'm gonna say is a game with Josh never has any easy moral decisions. It's never like, this is the monster, go kill the monster. It's always, the monster has feelings and you need to have a conversation with it. And you putting children in there, bastard.
That's great.
Like, deal with that. They're like almost adults, but not quite. Like, beautiful. Loved it. Hate you. Loved it.
Yeah. We have an Omi. Favorite Josh is 50-50 between doubling down and casting Sleep as well, and the body horror leading to the second phase boss fight. Chef's kiss.
That Sleep working on me made me so mad. I was like, I had this like whole arc going on. It's like, then you go down like a little bitch. I'm like, oh, good. All right.
Go to sleep.
Yeah. Inflict Wounds is really good. He only had 2nd level spell slots, but he only did a 1st level one on you. And he never got around to Shield of Faithing himself. Not that it would have helped. There wasn't a single hit that would have been deflected by it. And Trish's crits and ouch. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty.
Kill his ass.
Well, I suppose I should say a favorite me. So I went to a lot of prep with this one, and I really enjoy. I thought I put in so there are 2 other ways into this place that other groups, other parties have already found.
Is this our first time finding this? Hey!
This one is new. This is a new way in.
We did it, guys, by yelling.
Cash and Eric. Cash and Eric found a way down here. The Monsters of Magic party found their way down here Cavendish Forks worked out a second entrance to this place and then led them to it and down here. They found the temple, which the previous team that Tavernish had led did not find. Tavernish found the first one with Freddie Minelli and Bristlehorn, played by our lovely Rach and Dan. But they only got as far as the office, which is what Tavernish brought the people down there to see. But they also went up finding this temple as well. There is only 3 entrances that can be accessed by humble folk. You have now found all 3. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I had to write that. That I decided to write. There was 2 entrances already, but I was like, no, I'll pop in a 3rd. Where would it be? Oh, I know where. Yeah, I also really enjoyed the body horror, but there was several. I don't often go to the effort. Like, I normally only fully flesh out the one I think most that you are going to do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I basically just mod it if you take a different path. Is the way I normally approach stuff, because more often than not, the same thing will happen regardless of which path you'll take. You just come in from a different door or whatever, and sometimes the timeline changes a bit. But with this one, I went and wrote something about 12 pages for this episode. And there are 3 full paths in. Fortunately, I'd done a lot of the work previously, so I could just copy paste. But yeah, you may have had to fight an illusionary dragon to get in here.
Cool.
I'm a bit miffed you missed it as well. It's got legendary actions. I was really excited for that. But you still get my second stage boss fight. So yeah, that would be my favorite moment. How close was Fel from dying, Josh? Omi, he was on 0 hit points. Yeah, Trish, you got him.
Natural 20, baby.
But his ability,
Josh, real quick, that
Yes.
The blood stuff and how you like set that up was so classic pulp storytelling. I felt like I was listening to an audiobook of Conan the Barbarian. It was I loved it. I didn't get a chance to say it before, but like, I was just like, holy shit. What system are we playing? I was literally thought we were in a game of Conan. I'm like, yes, let's go.
Yeah, cool.
It's amazing.
Fel's special ability is basically demon summoning when he gets to 0 hit points.
Sounds like a real worshipper of Tyton there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he summoned a thing. It was an auto trigger, yeah. But he did have to get to the altar to do it, but he made it. Because it wasn't far, and he still had one good leg. So we should go away from here now. We have had a marvelous time this evening. I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. Thank you so much to our raiders. We've had 3 massive raids this evening, so thank you to Sparhawk Games. Thank you to Dreaded GM, and who was the ones at the beginning? Remind me. There was another one that we know. That's going to irritate me all night. But thank you to our first raiders as well. Oh, it was Meeples and Dragons. Meeples and Dragons, thank you very much for the raid at the beginning of the night as well. You bloody champions. Demons confirms it for me. Look, not demons so much. Thank you, Kato Solon. Yes, Meeples and Dragons.
So suspicious.
Look, it's just a word. There aren't demons in the woods, so...
Demons in the way that
Totally.
Amaranthines are gods, right?
Yeah. You know, like how Irlath is definitely a cool person and not at all suspicious.
She didn't steal Nevermore's body when she could have. Anyway.
The artist formerly known as Demons.
Yeah. Well, guys, we do have a Dead Fox. Good to see you. We have a couple of things to mention. First of all, we should mention Wooten Forge, our new sponsors. Check out their amazing work at wootenforge.com. And if you go to wootenforge.com/Corsairs Cove, then you can pick yourself up some beautiful stuff over there, some beautiful handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories like this beautiful thing here. They also do pens. They make dice out of gemstones, which is dope. And I want myself some tiger's eye ones. Very pretty stuff. They make incredible DM screens and things like that. Dreaded GM is sponsored by them as well, so our raiders from there will recognize some of their stuff. Dread rolls in a Wooten Forge rolling box on stream. You can see his rolls. It's beautiful. So you can check out that, and it would be really cool if you did. We also have... I think my chat commands aren't working anymore. But I do need to mention the Ukrainian people. Yeah, it doesn't look like they are. But if you would do me the immense favor of heading to the Emergency Action Appeal, emergencyaction.org, I believe, is the link. And you can head over there, and if you would consider donating any money you have spare lying around to the Emergency Action Appeal, which is a charity organization to support the Ukrainian people who are fleeing the conflict in their country. Over 11 million Ukrainians have been displaced by this, and it sucks for them. So it would be great if we can do anything we can for them. Over $4 million has already been raised, in which 2 of which was donated by the Australian government. Very cool. But if we can donate any more, that would be brilliant. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening to me on that. Beyond this, we now need to talk about my amazing players. Thank you so much for playing with me, Dan. Who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, I am Dan in the Meat Space, deep in the cyberspace. Today you saw me play I have to make up a new epithet for
Yeah.
Helvig, but I'll work on it. A robot missile man.
Yeah.
Sure.
A steely-eyed missile man.
Steely-eyed, yep. Anyway, you can find me here basically
He's a robot.
every
He's a hedgehog.
week.
He's a missile man.
Yeah. Yes, you
And
can.
can't find me anywhere else. You deserve
Dan
love.
never escapes.
Love yourself.
You do.
Yeah.
Yes, Dan is in all of the Humblewood.
I'm everywhere.
Rach, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, my name is Rachel Fukar. I'm a writer, actor, creative trash at large. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Fukar, because that handle is always free. And you can find the book that I wrote, The Rings of Mars, right here on the internet. It's a sci-fi thing. They're trying to get to Mars. Saboteurs on board. It's a whole thing. And if you get it, I can personally promise that I will never, ever stab you with my ember lance and chop off your wing. I won't do that to you if you buy my book.
Wow.
If you don't
Whereas
buy
if
my
you
book,
don't, there's a good
Yeah.
chance.
knows?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to offer
knows?
something,
No.
wholesome for once.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, just turn it back into a threat.
What do you mean? It is wholesome.
Yeah.
Jack, who the heck are you, my friend?
Well, I am a very grateful player in this campaign, but when I'm not doing that, I am a professional dungeon master. Please go ahead and go and look up Port Phillip Libraries. If you live in the Melbourne area, you can play D&D for free. Don't worry, I'm getting paid to hang out with me. And you can also, if you would like, play a game with me by going to dungeonmasterforhire.com.au. My players are in the chat right now. So if you are still here, folks, please go ahead and inflate my ego / lie about how good I am, so that people might continue to give me money so I can stop doing other jobs and be a creative full time. That would be great. Thank you, everyone.
Arch Craig Durseth, yes, highly recommend. Jack is a Chad, can confirm.
There you go.
There you are.
I'll give you $5 later, buddy.
Healing and dismemberment is a bitch, yo. Happiest birthdays to Dan every day as well. Yeah, cool. And
Yeah, thank
Madame
you
and
so
Monsieur,
much.
Dharma, Underheron, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, and it's been my immense pleasure to be your humble DM for this evening. Guys, thank you so much for coming back to me. Coming back to play with me after a couple of weeks off. Yes, tomorrow night I will be here doing my D&D game construction, DM prep if you like, but I'm really just building a new system, so a lot of work being done there. Wednesday night, Tony Karlstrom will be back in the DM seat. All I need is a plane ticket to Melbourne's place to stay while I'm there, money for foodstuffs, and I can play D&D for free? Awesome! Yeah, Tony. I mean, or you could just come along on Wednesday night where you will be DMing Mutant Chronicles with Daria, Brendan, Karen, and Ardana, our special guest from twitch.tv/Ardana. And if you like Ardana and her channel, you can check me out there on Friday night where Terrace and I will be playing Ardana's two-shot person game thing, where I will be playing a Dragonborn Barbarian Sorcerer Cross, which I think is going to be cool. And then I will be on the Eldritch Scribe on Sunday, I believe. And that's going to be exciting as well. I believe 7 p.m. AWST in both instances. And if you like my majestic voice, but you think I could stand to tone the face down a little bit, then you can check me out at the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar und his little dragon, Rosh. He's a half-elf beastmaster with a bit of sorcerer and a bit of rogue, because I love multi-classing, apparently. So, guys, we should go away from here now, and I think we should probably check a sneaky little raid. And my favorite people to raid who are currently streaming is Mike Moans, who is doing some D&D. Mike Moans is a painter and a painting channel and a genuinely lovely, lovely man. So we're going to chuck to Mike a a raid there, and yeah, he's a sweetheart. He's probably painting some awesome D&Ds. There is a giveaway as well, by the looks of it. So we will do that. I will tee up a quick ad at the end before we raid, but so please stick around through that, and then we will chuck a raid over to Mike. Throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell Mike where you came from and show him the love, as we always do. I will do all of those things that I just said, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks very much, everybody. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.